All right, and microphones are live, and welcome. We are live with Blue Box, and we're going to do a little bit of testing here before we get started with the stream today, because we have brand new equipment. We are using a mixer, an audio mixer now. We're all mic'd up. The Yeti Blue did its job. It was an admirable little guy, worked hard for us for quite some time, but it's time for us to hopefully level up. And we're going to do some testing, make sure all of our players are at the right levels. I'm checking all the lights. I don't see yours on. It is on. Why don't you turn it on and off again?
Oh, wait, I was on
There
standby.
we
I didn't
go.
push it far enough forward.
Hey, Lurkenstein. Good. Mike sounds nice. Now, my voice was rarely the problem. So we're going to do a quick around the... We're going to do a quick around the room, and thank you for the 6 folks. Hey, C. Carson. Hey, Shane O'Mac. Renan. Lurkenstein. I want you guys to help us with a little bit of audio testing. So we're going to start over here, first of all, with Irda, and have Irda just give us a few words about her character and maybe some different vocal inflections.
Okay, I am Irda. I am an Azamar, level 6, Skald Barbarian. I mean, Skald is Barbarian. Yes, let's see. Trying to think. What can I say?
She's loud today. Okay, good. So is she too loud? Because I can turn her down if she's too loud.
This is comfortable talking level for me right now.
Yeah, her mic sounds much nicer. Everybody's commenting.
Gonna be loud.
Yay!
All right, so we'll leave it there, and I want you guys to be free and willing with the Irda is clear, outstanding, with any of the criticism, because we want to continue. We're going to continue tweaking. I've got individual audio controls I can do on each mic. So if you hear, hey, the DM Neuromancer is still too loud, you let me know. If Cade is clipping, you let me know. If all the audio is too loud there, you let me know. I'm going to go ahead and hit some background music as well now, because I want you to hear the mixing of this. It should sound good. I tested it all with the help of some friends yesterday.
Think of friends.
All right, so this is pretty loud in here now.
I am talking. I am emoting.
Hello, everyone.
Yeah, it's normal level. She can be
I
heard.
am doing stuff.
So are you hearing our voices over the music? Does it sound nicely ambient? Is the music interfering with our audio? Ixen, why don't you say a few words?
Hello, I'm Ixen Datrix. I am a level 6 alchemist, and I'm currently in a lot of trouble.
All right, so that's probably the softest voice you're going to hear. Oh, good. C. Carson said perfect background music. How did that sound with Ixen? He was in his softest voice there with the music. I want to make sure you could still hear him. And Jay, if you would help me focus that just a bit, I think I'm a touch off. Let's go other way. Bang, right there, thank you. Yeah, very nice, sounds good. Okay, all right, let's go to Cade.
Huzzah! I'm Captain Cade, Cardinal of the High Seas. I love rum, money, and women.
In that order.
Is it in that order?
I don't know. Whatever came to your mind.
Yeah, I never really felt like Cade was the problem to hear. So I'm glad you got him. Are we clipping at all? Are we overly loud? And while we're waiting for that response, we're going to go over to Solomon.
I'm Baron Solomon Frost. I'm a level 5 Cavalier. Like Ixen, I am also currently in a little bit of a predicament, but you have to keep watching to figure out what happens, because I don't know what happens. I'm scared.
All right, so Solomon's mic is probably second furthest from his face. So we're hearing Solomon okay before we get started.
This is the DM's way of keeping me from eating on screen.
And I'm also curious, like when we're cross-talking, are you guys hearing each of us when we're cross-talking? I don't know what happened, Jordan. I thought we had it perfect. Now it looks super fuzzy. Would you try again just a little bit? No, other way.
Oh.
No, back immediately. You're right there.
Right there.
Thank you. Good.
Yeah.
Thank you. Okay, good. Solomon was perfect. All right, we are ready to go. How about that first try? Oh, Shane O'Mac!
Yes, sir.
Huzzah!
I think I'll need that.
Oh, yeah, I love it.
Let him have it.
All right, so before we jump into it, I do want to give a special word of thanks to our sponsors and those who support the channel. So first of all, we always give a shout out to Dragon Crafting Guild. These incredible trays, you can find him on Etsy. He has sent us multiple trays. You've got some with D20, some with Dragon Eyes. You got the mini trays like this. You got larger trays that you can get. He's also making me a DM screen. And there's a special treat that's coming here in the next couple of months for this room that is going to blow this stream to the next level, but I can't tell you what that is yet. We also have our incredible Scattered Rollers. They helped us and gave us this really cool scale mail dice bag, always popular. But the hero of the day today, the hero of the day is this man right here. Renan Asuncio, that's not Renan, that's Renan has been sculpting characters for Rivenrealm, monsters, creatures. If you haven't seen this yet, this is his 3D sculpt of an Azdur. An Azdur is a half dwarf, half human. It's actually borrowed directly from Dark Sun, the old second edition stuff from the 90s. And it's a really cool, thank you so much. Yeah, he killed this. So this is going to be sent off. Oh, let's go. Thank you, Theater Evie. So it's going to be so cool. We're going to print this. You're going to be seeing this guy in 3D mini here very soon in Rivenrealm. But wait, that's not all. Tell them what they won, Don. We also have this incredible guy here. Look at this. This is the Orc King. And I am stealing his name for my 4th Age campaign. Why? Why would I do that? Because my 4th Age Orc Warrior was killed in one shot. I never even got to say his name. So this is Storgajol. Storgajol is the Orc King of Rivenrealm. And this is not just, oh, Renan is crazy good. This is not just a 2D picture. You can rotate these. I've got the STL files. This is a fully realized 3-dimensional creature that's going to be appearing in Rivenrealm here very soon. Absolutely freaking awesome stuff. Okay. With all that said, what happened last time?
I have my notes.
Recap for us, why don't you?
Let me pull this up 1 second.
The group historian.
Yes.
Well, luckily, I actually wrote this down when I remembered it because I had no video to go back to.
That's right. I actually deleted the wrong one. Oh, Lurkenstein!
Hey!
And that was for Solomon, because he said he might need some help. Oh, you're just feeling guilty, Lurkenstein, because you gave me the bonus last time to let my creature be revived. Well done, well done.
Alright.
I shall use these wisely.
Alright, so.
Maybe. Oh, chatbot.
Speaking directly into mic, not suggested. Okay.
Makes sense.
Alright. So we started off in the
Don't tell me what to do.
Where we had been investigating what had happened there, and we decided, we had gotten basically all the information that we could find from what was there, and decided to speak to the sheriff about what we had found and asked him to disperse the crowd because we were needing to talk about things that they probably didn't need to necessarily know about.
Right.
Irda tells him about all of the things that they found, like the strange footprints and the smell and things that they might not have noticed in their initial investigation. We decided that it was time to go speak to some of the people who kind of witnessed what happened. And we went to see Ibn and Vin Vinder at the jail because we had talked to the sheriff about what our options basically were, like who we could talk to, and he says, well, I have 2 of these guys at the jail, and then there's the other guy who had told us about the previous murders that's at the asylum. So we decided to go to the jail first, and then once we got there, there was a lot of shenanigans that took place.
He went
Shenanigans and chicanery.
just absolutely crazy.
Yeah, so there was a lot of offerings of rum, and
I-
changing into clawed beasts and monster-y type things that set off some of the guards, and Irda being the reasonable one, trying to calm everything down. And so she actually ends up charming Ibn to get him to answer questions for
Quite
them.
successfully.
Yes.
After some alternative methods
Yes,
were attempted.
lots of intimidation and
Claws
bribery.
and teeth.
So first she offered him some water to like let him, hydrate, and then tell us what happened. And he told us that that he knew that Katerina and hold on,
Ben?
I have it.
Hasker.
Hasker. Yeah, Katerina and Hasker had been having a relationship, and that he would sometimes leave them so that they could have some alone time.
For shame!
Absolutely.
And apparently they would.
No, your collar. So your collar,
Your
yeah,
jacket
like
collar.
it was flipping over your. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
I see.
And that they would frequently actually turn the saw blade on to cover up the sounds of their interludes. And in that time, what he noticed was odd was the saw blade actually went off sooner than it normally would, and that's what brought him back down from his little hangout spot that he goes to when they meet up. And he actually discovered he didn't hear the actual murder take place, but he did discover the bodies in the state that they were in.
Right, exactly.
Yes. So we kind of realized that was probably the most we were going to get out of him, and so Cade then offers him rum again, and he accepts and then
Huzzah!
drinks some of it. Well, Cade did give him some before, and he drank some, and he said it tasted terrible, and then Cade gave him more after, and he drank
He did
a
indeed.
lot, and he said it got better on the second drinking.
Oh.
Very stout.
Yeah, I think he referred to horse urine
Yeah.
the first time he tasted it.
So then we moved over to where Vin was, and Irda actually led the group over there, and she was trying to speak to him at first. He was already pretty angry, saying that, he had already talked to people, he didn't want to talk to anybody else, and Irda was trying to just calm him down and speak to him, and trying to convince him that, we would get justice for what happened to his daughter.
Right.
And everything was almost going okay, and then he noticed Solomon in the back and went completely crazy.
I have no idea why.
Um,
Absolutely not.
and started shouting that Solomon had to have done it, and he killed his daughter, and blah blah blah. And so then Irda tried to calm his emotions, and that didn't work. And
So just as a quick, I think as a side for our viewers, and it's good to have this caught on tape because we missed the last session. It got accidentally deleted, my fault. So why was he so suspicious of you, Solomon?
To tell you the truth, I don't know. I saved the town, and all of a sudden this lusty maiden,
Yeah, your jacket's
Yeah,
fighting
just-
you on that.
kill the jacket.
lusty maiden.
comes up to me with an enticing offer to follow her into her home. So I did. And we're down in the basement, and all of a sudden I turn around, her clothes are off, her father's running down the stairs, and it's, he has a bad opinion about me for some reason.
So this father was the same Van Vinder whose daughter now turned up slain. So
Yes.
That was a different daughter than the
right,
previous
exactly,
daughter.
his other daughter.
Yes.
So I personally, I don't see why. I didn't do anything wrong.
And actually, we learned that from him after we asked him like what made him so angry with you. So yeah, and then we decided it was getting pretty late, and it was probably time to go back to the Rusty Dragon and rest for the evening, and then we would go to the asylum the next day to speak with the man who had found the 3 bodies in the first murder. And so when we got back to the inn, let's see, hold on, scrolling down.
Well
I
said,
think we
Mr.
all
Steve.
know what happens.
You never trust the lusty maid.
That's a good point.
That's right, and we thanked the sheriff for letting us talk to them immediately before we left. So there was some talking along the way. Oh, and when we got back, Solomon decided to have a drink at the bar, and Ixon and Cade played a game of chess, which Cade was thoroughly and quickly beaten. And Irda actually just had a bath and went to sleep because it was a long day. And then everyone just kind of decided after that to go rest. And then in the morning, everyone came down for breakfast because they could smell all the delicious aromas of food being prepared, and noticed that Cade was conspicuously absent from breakfast, which was very much unlike Cade. So we waited a while, and then Cade came striding in, very obviously excited about something, but wouldn't tell us.
Hey! Thank you, Shane O'Mac. You are the best, my friend. Hey, by the way, as a quick timeout, Shane O'Mac won the mini last week. Shane O'Mac, you and I had a good talk this week. That mini's going to be coming to you really quickly here. We're going to wait till you hit 10,000 experience points on the chatbot system, and we're sending you both that mini and a blue box sweatshirt, not the sparkly one like this, but a cool silver one.
Unless you like sparkles.
If you want sparkles, you let us know. Shane O'Mac is the best. All right, sorry, go ahead, continue.
Yeah.
Hey.
Let's go, Seagazilla! Hey, Seagazilla, your mini's coming out next week. Thanks so much.
All right, and then so Kate seemed excited but wouldn't let us know he was waiting for a Mako. He was asking actually where a Mako was, and the barman actually told us that a Mako sometimes takes a day off every now and then because everybody needs a day off
every
now
once
and
in a while.
And Kate actually seemed really disappointed, and then she actually ends up coming in anyway.
Surprise!
We all greeted her, and Cade was like, I have a surprise for you! And he strides right back out and comes back in with the very well taxidermied head of Malfeshnakor.
Because I only do the best.
He paid them.
I killed him though. Let's keep that.
Aye, but you left him to rot. I preserved him.
And Ameka was so impressed that she began looking for a place to hang it up and thanked Cade for doing that for her.
I love rum, gold, and women.
And she also mentioned that there had been a man that had come in the night before who said he was captain and something, and he had
An imposter.
been looking for Cade. And so Irda and Solomon actually started walking around the bar asking people if they had seen this man to see if they could find out anything about it. And the only person that had seen him at all was the barman, who said that, he'd come in, had been asking around people, and then immediately left because he did not find what he was looking for, which was Cade. And there was a little bit of curiosity about that. Cade just strides out of the bar, Ixon strides out of the bar, and then Solomon and Irda are left alone like, well, we had been planning to go to the asylum, so I guess we're just gonna go by ourselves.
So we do.
So we plan to just go, not wait for them, because it honestly would be a calmer situation if maybe just the two of us went. We had stepped out of the bar. Cade actually noticed us striding out of the tavern and decided to stop entertaining the children that he had found in the street who came begging for more coin. Then we, the three of us, all went together to the asylum, which was just 2 miles away, so it was easy walking distance for the three of us. And Ixon went on his own journey.
So let's take a quick, and we're doing a little bit extra time today. This is on purpose that we're spending a little more time on what happened last time, since we lost the stream from last time. That was accidentally deleted, so I want to make sure we've captured this. We're going to do a quick shift here. So the party at this point split. So after Cade came in and presented this magnificent trophy of the beautifully taxidermied head of Malfeshnakor, this monstrous creature that was slain by Solomon.
It was a lot of money.
Then the party split. Ixon, suspicious of Ameko, who is, quite the celebrity in the town and has to this point been hospitable, but nonetheless, there are some mysterious elements of her. I think it was not an unfair suspicion. So he determines that he is going to go investigate her home, while the remainder of the party goes off to the asylum to investigate this captured individual named Grace, who has been locked up in the asylum after he witnessed whatever it was he witnessed in the barn where 3 men were slain in the same ritualistic fashion with these 7-pointed stars carved into their chest. So let's go quickly to Ixen. Ixen, tell us what happened when you left the inn.
So I left the inn, and then I went to this grandma lady, and she told me where Mako lived, so I kissed her on the cheek. Then I went invisible, and I walked in her house, and she suddenly appeared again as I was investigating the house. So I'm invisible in her house, and she suspects it's me.
Yeah, so you've looked underneath the rug, you checked the flooring, you looked behind a picture, you kind of investigated the walls. Satisfied there was nothing of unusual nature downstairs, you started to ascend the stairs. As you're ascending the stairs, that's when the door cracked open. And yes, of course, she called out, you froze on the stairs. You see she paused a moment, she listened carefully, she studied the surroundings, and then she calls out and mentions that she was stopped by this Lady Ella, who had said that you were asking about where she lived and asked where her home was. And so she suspects you're in there. So she's sort of speaking out into the air. Okay, now what happens with you guys in the asylum?
So once we arrived to the asylum, we walked into this like foyer type thing, and there was a caretaker at the desk at the front. And we let the caretaker know that, we were here. The sheriff had advised us that there was a man being kept here that had been a witness to the first murder incident, so we wanted to see if we could ask him any questions. And he was trying to kind of be like, well, you probably don't want to talk to this guy. He's not really all together in his faculties. And so we were like, but no, we really should talk to him just in case he might be able to tell us anything. And he was really like, no, seriously, I mean it. And then Kay tried to bribe him with a silver, and he was like, and just kind of pushed it back towards Cade, and Solomon actually snatched the coin off the desk. Eventually, we convinced the caretaker to take him to us, and Irda asked Cade to please be on his best behavior. So yeah, and then so he brought us upstairs. And let's see, I'm scrolling past all the Ixen stuff in my notes. Okay, so into like a small antechamber type space that was directly in front of the area where Grace was being kept. And we could hear him moaning within the cell. And he was muttering things like claws and teeth.
Teeth.
The skin saw man is coming. And then he mentioned that 4 would come. He told me 4 would come.
But there were only 3 of us.
Yes. But deciphering that was a little tricky amongst...
It took a minute. Lots of DM hints.
Yeah. And Irda used another calm emotions cast to try to help him, and he became more lucid, but he wasn't entirely together. She said she says hello and asks him if it's okay if they ask him some questions, and he just keeps kind of muttering. He's counting 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then
at one point he actually goes through the
Cavalier.
There's the woman, the beautiful. There's the Cavalier.
Yeah.
Where's the?
And we still didn't get it.
And Kate actually asks Irda and Solomon if they can draw, and they're like, well, yeah, but like, what are you wanting? Because like, what kind of levels of drawing are you needing here? We have the capacity to do so. And Kate is asking if we can draw a Mako to show him what a Mako looks like, and Irda's like, well, I can do you one better, and she uses alter self and changes herself into a Mako so that she appears to as a Mako. Grace reacts to that 0%. That doesn't faze him at all. And then Solomon shows him the necklace, and the side of the symbol actually agitates Grace. So Solomon sticks it back in his armor. And they finally, the group realizes, oh, we need Ixon with us. That's the fourth person.
Hey, Emily's!
And
Huzzah!
initially, we think, oh, well, we'll have to leave and go get Ixon and come back. And then there's a little more thinking, and Irda realizes, oh, she can just alter herself again and changes herself into Ixon. And that moment, Grace actually completely freezes and becomes completely like clear and like well spoken. And he says, he said you would visit me, his
This is
lordship.
important, listen.
He said you would visit me, his lordship. The one that made me. He has a message for you, that you, referring to Ixon, would come to the Misgiving soon, to meet the pack. They have something wonderful to show you. And that was the message that was to be transferred.
Meet the pack. All right.
And then he lunged at Solomon, and then that was where the combat had started.
Now, clearly he had eyes for what he thought was Ixon, and then some mysterious force named Lurkenstein distracted him and pointed him like an arrow towards Solomon.
Yeah.
And so there was a combat that ensued. It was vicious, striking, necrotic power, ghoul-like, strange scent, teeth, claws, all over you. And then just as you think you felled him, some renewed strength invigorates him. He leaps from the floor and attacks anew, and that's where we begin from last time.
Cade was about to attack. It was his.
And Cade was about to attack. I think I still have the initiative rolls.
Mine was
You got a
20-something.
22,
Yes.
17, 15. Yeah, and I know what he had. Okay. All right. So, thank you for that extended introduction to what happened last time. We appreciate your patience, and we are ready to roll. So, let's start off with the appropriate view. You can see the battle cam and where they are located. And this is quite congested. So you've actually got the PCs are all stuck in this antechamber area here. This is where Grace came running out. And so you can see, oh good, the dice are much less loud now. That's good. And so
I didn't even think about that.
this is what they see. Let me go to the monitor and battle. So they see this monstrous creature graced, and he is attacking. And we're going to kill the pleasant music. And we're going to jump right back into our combat music. And once again, congratulations, Blue Box RPG is live. And Asylum. Okay. So, Cade, you see the creature leaps back up from the ground. It snarls. It comes directly toward Solomon, trying to rip his face out.
I'm gonna chop your head off, you ugly beast. Oh, dang it! 2 dice? I used the stupid thing for that?
So you, what was your total?
8 plus... Oh,
8 plus base attack bonus plus your
Plus
where am I?
strength. Any weapon bonuses?
Arr, he's my note keeper.
Okay, it's obviously not on
He
here.
claws towards you.
Oh.
You see Cade
Plus
as he
6.
tries to swing.
Plus 6, 14.
This antechamber is so small, you can barely swing a sword in here. This is clearly the advantage to this creature with claws. Cade's arm bangs against the wall. Everybody swinging a sword is at a -4 to hit. In here, there is barely any room. You're in a small antechamber. You've all clogged in. He has flowed underneath the gate and is attacking. Okay, so this would be a new round now since you're last in initiative. Irda.
Yes. I'm going to, let's see. Okay, what do I want to do? I think I'm going to...
Hey, that's Squishy. We haven't seen you in a while. Welcome back, my friend.
Huzzah!
Sorry. I was not expecting to go already. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I'm going to actually reach over and touch Solomon and cast Cure Moderate Wounds.
So you see Irda reaches over. Her hand lays upon him. There is a healing, warm yellow light suffuses him.
15?
15.
Ah,
You feel restoration even as this creature is still snarling.
Oh no. I feel a little warmer now.
All right. The creature leaps at you. It claws at your face. It's trying to bite. It looks like it wants to actually bite your cheek or your mouth. It's
Oh.
lunging straight at you.
Lovely.
One claw misses. It scrapes on your armor. You hear this as the claws go down your armor. The second claw hits. You feel it dig underneath the armor. It catches you right beneath the breastplate, kind of slipping in underneath the arm. It cuts and it yanks you toward. It tries to bite your face. You narrowly duck out of the way. All right, I need you to make a saving throw. DC 15 Fortitude save.
Oh.
And the damage that you take from the claw, is 10 points of damage. It bites in, the nails dig underneath your armpit. I need you to make that DC 15 Fortitude save.
It's a
And you're
15,
using advantage?
Yes.
and I'm using an advantage. Where is my? There it is.
Oh, natural 20.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Oh, but that's.
All right,
just-
you
oh,
easily
man.
fight off the feeling of this disease that's trying to take you over. Now we go to you.
So, you said because of how small the room is, it's hard to swing a sword.
It is.
How about
Shield bash?
yeah.
Okay, you want to shield bash him?
Yes.
All right, go ahead. Roll to hit.
20.
See, wait. No, which one did I? This one.
That one, yes.
Does he have hairy armpits?
Oh, nice.
Oh.
That's a nice.
26.
Okay, 26. That's a hit. Roll damage.
Do you have improved critical? Yes,
Okay.
you have improved critical, don't you? It doesn't. 19 to 20 for critical?
No, you
Okay.
can't get to level
Oh.
8.
No, yes, it's going to be a D4 plus strength.
Gotcha.
You're doing a shield bash, so you don't get the benefit of your weapons. It's shield bash. And then,
That's
Check.
D4
Oh.
plus
It
8.
says mine's a D3 for a shield bash.
okay,
So,
So do a D6,
Just
and
cut it
then
by 2. Yep.
Yeah, divide by 2.
this one. Well,
That's a 1.
Okay, 1
so
plus
3, or it's
4.
3 total.
3 total. Okay, and then make a strength check. Roll D20. Add your strength.
Oh yeah, you have this one.
Actually, this one's been pretty good so far.
Hopefully it'll continue being good to you. Natural
Naturally.
20!
That's
Okay,
2 in a row with that dice.
You see Solomon slams the creature with his shield. You knock him back. He falls into the room and clatters like 12 feet away. Hits the ground. Skids.
Making room for
Writhing on the
Can we
ground.
just close the door?
Okay, Kate.
It's probably a good idea.
What do you do, Kate?
Oh, I slammed him back, so I take a dagger, my returning dagger.
Okay.
Arr! Oh, it's lovely. Yes. Arr! Come on, I'm using another advantage. 20. Oh, nuts! Well, it's a 19.
So 19.
Mm-hmm.
That's a hit. Roll damage.
Where's my 8? There it is. Caramba.
3 plus strength. 6 points of damage.
Okay, 6 points of damage, and actually, yeah. Well, so the dagger slices him, and you see it spins and comes right back to your hand, sticks in your palm. Next round, the creature staggers up. Irda, what are you doing?
I'm going to go into the cell with him and try to attack him with my battle axe.
Irda rushes forward to attack.
I'm going to use advantage. That's a 14 plus 9.
That is a hit.
And then I actually have 2 attacks right now, so my second attack is 22.
You used advantage on that one as well. Yes,
Yeah.
those are both hits.
Okay, so then I'm going to, let's see, it's a 1d8 plus 3 for both. So that's 8, so that's 11, and then 5.
So total between the
16.
two? 16. All right. You fall on the creature. Tell me what it looks like.
Okay, completely disgusted by this unnatural monster, I, swing down as hard as I can, like catching him in the shoulder, and then with my other swing back, I'm going to lop off his head.
Okay. As she describes, you see she rushes in the room. She swings back the other way. His head lops off.
Lord!
And lands on the ground. It rolls a few times with sort of a sickening. And even as the head stops, you see the body is still twitching and writhing. And there is a sort of a ominous sense of silence as its blood just leaks into the ground. You smell this horrible, putrid, rotting scent. And you see there are like worms and small like things that like crawling out of the neck and the bottom of the head and disappearing into the joints of the ground.
Do either of you have some fire?
Okay, we're gonna stop there and we're gonna switch scenes. All right, so we go now. We're back to you, Ixen. So Ixen, you're standing atop the stairwell. You hear, "Oh, hey, Natty TV!"
That's what he.
And you hear, I know you're here, Cade. Mako's voice calls up the stairwell. What do you do?
Cade, you keep calling me
Say
Cade.
Ixen. Ixen, sorry.
She said, I know you're here.
Well, like, yeah, like same thing she said last time. Like, Lady Ella told me you were coming.
Okay, well, I'm just going to continue up the stairs very quietly.
So you're gonna try to sneak further up the stairs. All right, roll d20. Add your stealth, please.
$14.
14. Ooh, okay, hang on. Let me roll a counter DC here. As you're stepping, you feel that right there, but you stop. Her head pivots toward the stairs. You gently move your foot off and you pad further up the stairs, making no sound. You're now standing at the top of the landing. You hear her close the door. And she starts walking in slowly. "Hello, Ixen. Ixen, I know you're here."
I just stay quiet and
You just stand at the top of the stairs?
no, I'm going and I'm looking.
You're going to keep moving? Okay,
Yeah,
roll
looking
d20
around.
again, stealth check.
20.
Okay, you...
That just saved me a couple rounds.
Was that a nat
That
20?
is a
Yeah,
nat
a nat 20,
20,
right. You somehow managed to keep all of your bottles. You're starting to learn how to do this. You kind of hold the bottles underneath your robes tighter to your chest. Ray is trembling, clutching your neck, and you just move with incredible stealth. You walk down a hallway, and you see there are 2 doors. It's a hallway that branches off in either direction. 2 doors on either side, so 8 rooms up here. You see windows at either end of the halls.
2 doors on either side, so 8 rooms.
Yeah, 8 doors. 2, 2, 2, 2.
Oh.
2 hallways, 2 doors on each side of both hallways.
Her house is huge.
Yeah, it's a good sized manor.
She owns it.
The Rusty Dragon.
Pays well.
She owns
And
the
she
Rusty
used to own
Dragon.
the Glassworks. Their family owned the Glassworks, so.
Money.
I look at Ray and I just point, like, obviously looking for an answer. I go,
You to Ray?
Yeah.
Okay, Ray.
Can Ray see you?
yeah,
Oh.
because we're both invisible.
He just looks imperiously and points to the right. You sense he has no clue what he's talking about.
I just look at him, I nod. I go to the right.
Okay. All right. So you move to the right. There are again doors. Each of these are small, sort of standard in-home doors, wood, with a simple latch. You hear Ameko's voice downstairs. You can hear her feet on the. She's not trying to be quiet. Her feet on the wood of the flooring. She's walking around. Occasionally, you hear her call out, "Ixen!" And you see a door to your right and a door to your left, or two more down, or the window at the end of the hall. What do you do?
How much time do I have
I'm not sure I understand the
till
question.
my invisibility?
Oh, so you drank another one, right? So you
Yeah.
were on the steps, so you're maybe 1 minute into your 5
Okay.
minutes.
I'm gonna go into the first door on the right.
All right, so you test the first door on the right. It's locked.
Ooh. I locked it.
Okay, all right, roll.
8 plus, what should I add to that?
Just add your dex.
Oh, my dex. 10.
All right. It's a stout lock. It's not yielding to your picks. While he's thinking, quick check. I'm not going to do this the whole stream, but we're obviously testing brand new audio equipment here. How are the mics sounding? Are you still hearing the music? Are the voices all correct? Is anyone too loud or too soft? If I need to turn up or turn down, I have individual controls on each microphone. So any help you can give there. If it sounds perfect, just say perfect. All right.
Can I try another lockpick? Or is that...
No, the general. I mean, you can try again. You can spend more time, but
Like
the general
Skyrim?
understanding is there's a level of difficulty that most likely you don't possess. So each time you try, the likelihood that you're going to succeed is lower and lower. That prevents someone from just sitting there all day long. Oh, I'm going to get it, right? So you can try again.
I'm gonna roll an advantage.
All right, using an advantage here.
15 plus...
Oh, 15 plus.
So 17.
It's very, very difficult. You think you almost have it. Your pick breaks inside the lock. Make a stealth check. Roll a d20 and add your stealth, please.
15 plus 5, 20.
You heard her walking around downstairs. Suddenly she stops. She gets quiet.
I just try to pull out the lockpick.
Yeah, actually the piece that broke is just kind of dangling there. So you're able to just kind of pull it out.
Okay. Well, I head to the window now.
Okay.
Well, actually, how much time do I still have?
I'd say you have at least a good 3.5 minutes.
Okay, so I just... no, I don't like this door. I don't like that it's locked.
You hear footsteps coming up the stairs. Hello? Why are you doing this?
I'm gonna head for the window.
Okay. All right. You move over to the window, and you get to the window. You pull on it. It is not locked. You can open it. You hear her footsteps coming up the stairs.
How soon did I hear her footsteps coming up the stairs?
I mean, you still got a good 2+ minutes left.
Okay, well, will she notice if I open the window?
I can't answer that question.
Well, I don't have many options, so I'm gonna open up the window.
All right. So you open the window. All right. You pull it open. Roll stealth check, please.
16 plus 5, 21.
All right. You pull it open. The window is blessedly quiet as you slide it open. You hear her footsteps. She's almost to the top of the stairs now.
Okay,
Hello?
I fly. no, I walk out because I'm on the second floor, right?
Right.
Okay, so I get out. And I fly away.
Okay. All right. So you get out. You drift. You float down. Now let's see here. Let's see if anyone spots you. Just for fun, give me another stealth check.
I'm invisible.
Oh, you're still invisible. That's right. Never mind. Okay, I'm sorry. Yeah, I think so. Yeah, you float down, and you're actually able to use your wings to clear the gate. You land on the opposite side of the alley. You've got about a minute left.
I just keep flying.
Oh, you keep flying? Okay, where are you flying to?
Where the mental hospital was.
Okay, how long does your flight last?
It's I get to use it 6 times a day at like hold on, let me look. Just to make sure. Wings. You get to use it 6 times a day.
Duration is
1 minute increments. So I can expend like
all right. So you can get sort of like outside of town. You won't get all the way to the asylum.
well, no,
flying.
I just want to do it. I just want to do it until my invisibility is over, and right before it ends, then I'm gonna.
Okay, all right. So you're sort of you get a couple of blocks, 3-4 blocks down.
Okay, and I come
then
to the ground.
You come to the ground. You're by that bridge that you've left before. You're not quite out of the city. You manage to kind of move yourself behind a building before you come visible, and you just come walking out. You did, as you were flying away, you saw a Mako standing in the windowsill, looking around.
What an idiot.
All right. And no, C. Carson, he did not close the window.
See,
Great
this is-
question.
I did. I said I closed the window. Thank you.
Did he?
Yes.
I
said
was listening.
No,
I
I
was
literally.
too.
We can literally replay it. I said
Oh, I will.
closed
Like
the
even
window.
C. Carson said that. I didn't
No.
hear it. I was listening
Oh,
for
do
it.
we- yeah,
Okay,
we-
all right. So can any
Thank
of our
you.
any
Thank
of
you.
our viewers, can you confirm and we'll replay it?
I
did-
hear just saying he said
He
heard
said
it.
he hopped out the window, floated there, closed it, and then.
And
floated off.
Lurkenstein says he did say
He
it.
did say it. Okay, Lurkenstein
Oh.
vouches.
Thank you.
All right. I don't trust that. It's his friend. All right. So then you didn't see her standing in the window. Then take all that back. You
Oh,
didn't see her.
okay.
She was not in the window. Okay. Back to you guys. There's silence now, and just this sort of squishing of the blood just kind of seeping out.
Ugh. Ugh.
Well, that's not what I expected to happen.
I would not be sending that to the taxidermy.
Perhaps keeping zombies in an asylum is not most advisable. But
Better
let's-
than keeping them out in the
That's
general
valid.
public.
But
Is the caretaker still
I'm
here?
so sorry. I had no idea. I did not know that. Well, I mean, I knew, but I never expected that he would.
Can I ask you a question?
He gets quiet.
Has he had any
Who's
other?
waiting for Exit?
Has he had any other
No one.
visitors?
the pack.
You spoke of someone telling him that we would come. Has he had any other visitors?
All right. So again, this is Habe, the turbaned individual
Who
that
doesn't
runs
like
the
my money?
sanitarium. And Lurkensteed, glad you did not get killed despite his bonus last week. To
Thank
you see, he looks at you. No other visitors. I just. Well, I mean, I probably should have had Father Xantus come. I just didn't think about having it. I did, but I should have, knowing what he had. I mean,
Slow down. Who's Father Xantus?
Father Xantus, the priest, the one that could probably do something about this. I mean, clearly he had. Well, you can tell what he had, right?
Problems.
Problems is an understatement. Thank you, Kate.
You're welcome.
This is very curious. We need to convey this message to Ixen to see how he reacts to it. There's something going on with Ixen that we need to know more about.
Who's the pack that wants him?
And who are these people that are calling him lordship? He clearly has some deeper secrets that he has not been sharing with us, and I want to know what is going on.
Just a powerful man with lots of power.
You're not here.
Yeah, you're not here. Shut up.
Alright. So, I think...
What's the proper disposal method of?
Burn him.
Yes,
That's what I was
I can break out my flint and steel. So I go back into the cell and I just...
Wait, there's no
there.
need for that. What's that?
I said in the cell, go burn him. It's gonna stink.
He said, we can send the body to Father Xantus. He should see it. He can bless it and give it a proper burial.
Fair.
That's
fair.
but what if it's contagious?
Well, it's clearly contagious, but only if you ingest it. Ghoul fever does not simply transmit. Oh. He stops himself.
Wait. Ghoul fever.
Well, I sort of knew he had it. But I didn't know he would do that.
Did you inform the sheriff that he had this, or even the Father Xantus? I think you said you had not.
Us?
I just wanted to see. I didn't think that would happen. I'm sorry. I never meant for this to happen. I'll send him to Father Xantus. Please don't. I don't want my sanitarium shut down. I do such good work here. I didn't know he would do this.
Have you ever have you seen other cases of this?
He gathers himself. Only rarely. I've read of it. The symptoms are quite clear, but he progressed so quickly.
So, when did you first notice that he had these symptoms?
When he came, he was already out of his mind, and you could smell the stench. And you hear footsteps coming up the stairs. Who's that? He turns around. You see Ixen come walking up the stairs. Ixen, you see this scene. You could, even before you could see anything, you could smell it. Just this rotting putrid.
Smells wonderful in here.
He appears and stops there. You see everyone crammed into this really tight antechamber, and they're all kind of standing around. You see you see Solomon he's got blood all over his armor. There's sort of green putrid stuff slapped on the walls.
How convenient for you have just been gone.
He just shows up exactly at the right time.
Exactly.
Well, Ixen has been known for being perfectly
Where
on time.
were you?
Never.
I don't think you
Where
were
was
on time.
I?
I think you were late.
Yes, where were you?
Your whereabouts, sir?
I don't like this because then, I wish I would have told it this would have happened in secret. Because now, if I lie to them, it's like
no, but
they've
got.
Okay.
Where were you?
We're blind.
Ixen had to go to the shop and get some new potions like this. See?
Cave doesn't believe you.
Come on, Cave, you're retarded.
You're talking in the. Is he talking in the third?
Yeah, I don't know why he was talking about the
Oh yeah, Cave, you're stupid.
Wait a second.
You're blinded by your rum half the time. So
Okay.
don't bother trying to dissect lies that I may be telling.
So,
Your
hey,
He
lordship.
probably also
Ring
looks
a
like
bell?
like him because I never dropped my altar cell.
Oh, you're still in the same.
I never dropped the altar cell.
All right, so as you're talking with Cade, you do a double take, and you see you're standing there.
Wow, that is a fine-looking man. I'm assuming it's Irda having changed, but why?
We don't know, your lordship. Ring a bell.
Well,
Kate said.
I mean, it has a nice ring to it.
I
like
will-
it. Like it.
I will-
That's good. Come on.
I will drop the altar self now.
You see, suddenly the visage drops, and Irda is standing there. Hey, by the way, I want to do a quick check again. I actually am seeing some video freezing on one of my remote connections here.
It's not. It's just. It's.
Is anyone else seeing that, or?
It's
Okay,
good, I
all right.
Alright, so Ixen, this lovely, currently was undead, now just dead, fellow here, seemed to know a lot about you. In fact, he told
Well,
us
I can't deny my
someone
fame around these parts.
sent a message for you.
Mm.
Fame amongst the undead is not good fame to have, sir.
She's got
So,
a good point there.
very
Fame is fame.
interesting.
Just like bad publicity is still publicity. Alright. I'm pretty sure.
You seem to have a lot of connections to a lot of not pleasant people.
Aye.
Well, yes, I have
This
a
is
lot
very
of
true.
connections to a lot of unpleasant things in my
Anyway,
pants as well, but
he gave us a message for you.
I hold up a potion. I hold up a potion
What did you
that has
say?
a lot of weird things in it.
I believe the quote was, "I have a lot of connection to unpleasant things in my pants."
What the? Oh no.
Well, the message that was to be passed on to you was, he said you would visit me, his lordship. The one that unmade me, he has a message for you. That you would come to the Misgiving soon, to meet the pack. They have something wonderful to show you.
Ooh.
And then he
So,
promptly
sir,
went absolutely insane and did all.
I'm
I would,
Very-
like,
crazy.
I would like to know a few things. You clearly know who he might be.
Hey!
And it seems to me...
Look at his face!
He assumes you know of this... this pack that he spoke of.
Well,
So why don't you share with us a few things, Ixen? Because I think you've been keeping some secrets from us.
Hey!
Well, I may
Spill
say...
your guts, man!
It's so hard. I do say I know a lot of people in a lot of packs, but again,
In your pants?
but I'm not familiar with the specifics on this one, so I guess.
Can I sense
we'll-
motive?
You can, and while you're doing that, everyone else roll D20 knowledge local, please.
Oh,
Do I,
So do I need to roll both?
Yeah. you
Do I sense her sensing motive?
No. It's sort of an intuitive.
Ooh, that's a sense motive plus 19 is a 29. And then my history?
Wow.
History,
Knowledge.
I think it's like just,
Yep.
yeah.
16.
All right, so now that
20.
all right,
Oh.
anyone that had over a 15,
Am I supposed to send something?
yeah, everyone
Oh.
like it was a
Knowledge
knowledge
history
check,
check.
knowledge local.
You didn't
yeah.
get it. You're
Okay, yeah.
I'm dumb as a box of rocks.
So the three of you recognize, you've heard about this even since being in the town, that the Misgivings is another name for Foxglove Manor, the ancient manor which was being rebuilt and renovated by Aldern Foxglove.
Oh, that's the guy who we went hunting
He's the
with.
noble you saved, yes, that's right.
I knew we were right about him, Cade. We were right. So, now I turn back the question to you.
Oh!
Since you were so fond of Mr. Foxglove, how about you tell me about his renovations that have been going on and why I am being called there? Because I have no idea why, and you decided to look like me so you could figure out this information.
I do not know this foxglove.
I think she decided to
Oh,
look
you
like
were
you.
flirting very much with Mr. Foxglove when we went hunting, I believe. And now she denies it.
I don't remember.
Okay, do you find this very interesting?
I don't know if I was...
We went boar
Were
hunting with
we-
Mr. Foxglove.
That was
I
she
wasn't-
came in after that.
That was
No.
I wasn't there for that.
That was...
That was the
We met
others.
you on the...
Yeah, it's okay.
Yeah,
Easy.
okay.
No shade.
I know
Okay.
I'm
Easy
blonde,
to get mixed
but
up.
jeez, I am not a lady.
Okay.
So this was after that, yes. So she was not there for that.
Oh.
I was like, I don't know this guy.
Well,
Calm
she
down.
probably would flirt with Mr. Foxglove if he was here. He has a lot of
She
money.
would charm.
He does have a lot of money.
Oh, we need
So-
money.
Apparently,
The question
you are
is,
insulting my
Ixen,
honor, sir.
Why are you being called to his manor?
Well, Solomon, in this party, not to be prideful as yourself, but
I'm humble.
who do you think these demons would want to meet the most, or whatever?
Okay,
this is?
you are the one that kind of loves dead things, so.
Yes, and maybe they need my help.
Do you want to give your help to a...
To undead, if they're friendly undead, why not?
Habe
He's a weirdo. Of course he would.
leans over to you and he whispers,
That one's rather weird. He scares me.
That is a bit of an understatement, honestly. But yes.
Well,
Looks like we have
I
a
am
manor to go visit.
excited to visit this manor, to say the least, and to see what this gift they have to present me. And maybe I can find some interesting elements for potions or something. Did I hear them whisper?
roll d20.
20. So I probably heard their whisper, honestly.
Yeah, so I would not, less than something like that, I would not have allowed it because you were clearly quite discreet. So I'm going to assume some sort of mutagenic afterglow from his winged experiment. He actually does overhear what you said. So say it out loud. There's an echo in this antechamber. It's very close quarters. And even though you whispered so quietly, it's just enough his
Thank you,
keen
Lucas.
ears.
I have relic fire today.
So what I said was, she could use her change person thing or whatever and turn into you and go instead of you.
Oh. Awesome.
This is hurtful, Solomon. I thought we were friends.
This is
I wasn't
hurtful.
saying that.
I wasn't saying that. No, you were saying
I did
Solomon.
say that. I literally
Abe goes
said
in while you guys are talking. He's got a big, looks like a huge sheet of some thickly woven material, and he very gingerly starts.
Whoa! Stop what you are doing. I go.
Thing from my sense motive that I did on.
Oh yes, I'm sorry. What was your roll?
It was a 29.
Oh, 29. Yes, I missed that. I mean, you definitely had the sense that he was up to something beyond just shopping, as he told Cade.
Oh,
That wasn't what she was
I was
sensing
thinking
motive.
motive on like if he knew anything, like actually knew
I
anything.
see. No, you sense that he is giving you as much as he knows.
Okay.
With that.
I go over to the body and I inspect it and
Oh,
look for what?
just so you know, because you were not here when he let us know this man was afflicted by something called ghoul fever, and it's very contagious. So
Ooh,
be
interesting.
careful.
Ghoul fever. I go up to it and I inspect it carefully.
Okay. So you walk in, you see the head has been separated from the corpse. You do see there are little worms and creatures that are trying to bore down into the ground that look like they've poured out of the body. The stench is
I take a little flask and I begin scooping what I think the ghoul fever like contagion could be kept in, like whether it's blood or saliva or
Yeah,
something.
you would assume blood.
And
Absolutely,
I
you
scoop it, begin scooping it into a flask, and then I say, I will have a poison of ghoul fever that you could apply to your weapon if you need it tomorrow morning.
I
That's
don't think that's a good idea.
no.
I think that's a terrible idea.
Well-
I honestly don't want to afflict anybody else with what happened to this man. It was awful.
Are goblins affected by ghoul fever? Does anyone know? Because
That would be more of an alchemical
See,
question.
Would I
Not most
know
me
that?
goblins.
Roll d20.
on a human, that's a little.
3.
Yeah, you've never tried him. You suspect that it might, but you also know that ghoul fever takes days to manifest, fully. So,
Oh.
as a combat tool, it would be more
Oh,
of
so it's
something.
not like.
It would be something more like you would do to somebody that you really hate, because it's going to be a slow, torturous turning that they will go through.
And
There-
why, it's like,
it's not
why
like
would
an
you want to make them
instantaneous-
Well,
worse?
I just take
Like,
it and
more dangerous.
seal it off.
Take it anyway. Never know when it might come in
Yeah.
handy. All right.
If you want to assassinate somebody, put it on a knife.
May I now?
Habe says.
He needs to
You
get
may.
this man to
He
face-
starts wrapping the body up. He takes this thickly woven cloth and gently kind of pushes the head into it, wraps it all up, sort of like a mummy cocoon. And he says,
I will have Father Xantus receive this. Thank you so much, and I am again so sorry. Please do not report this to the sheriff. I meant no ill.
Can I do something really quickly and like where all the blood is on the floor and just use prestidigitation to like at least like leave the cell looking cleaner?
you can. So you see Irda utters the same thing that you heard her use previously when she was squeezing the blood off the bodies or off Malfeshnakor's head. And she does a little casting, and you see the blood floats up out of the floor. The walls are clean.
Probably
You're
better not
done.
to leave
The
an
cleaner.
infection zone around.
Did Habe already walk out, or is he still in the chair?
No, he left the body wrapped like he's got someone coming to get it. He's
Yeah.
not going to try to carry this himself.
Okay. But so he's still in there.
He stepped back down the stairs.
All right.
Okay, I think it's time for us to go to this Foxglove Manor. Yes.
I think it's time for me to go.
Hey, Mr. Foxglove.
I think I
do
should go.
something about all of this.
I think I
Oh,
should go
yes.
alone.
Hold on. No.
No.
They said they wanted to see me, and if
I-
they see you, I
How
may not
about-
be able to
oh, what if
attain
we
the
go-
gift that I so
Do you have a cloak of?
richly
Well-
desire.
Invisibility.
We-
Yeah.
I do not have an invisible cloak.
I'm honestly leaning towards Ixon with this.
What if, to go with your suggestion, What if you make yourself invisible, and I go with you as in your disguise, so that you're with me?
Or what if he
That
goes?
will not work.
What if he goes as himself and you go invisible? Because they'll be expecting him to have the knowledge that he has,
We
which you
need
lack.
Well,
backup.
an invisibility spell will only last so long.
Or we could be in the
Or a
woods.
potion.
What
You
you
got,
say,
you
sir?
got some
Or
binoculars.
Spyglasses.
Or they never said you just by yourself. So
We never split the
We
tribe.
Maybe-
have to split up. We cannot stay together.
we for the night we are your. No, I don't want to do that. Never mind. I changed my mind. I don't want to put you above me like that.
Never.
Well, I am a bit taller
Bodyguard.
than you are, so,
We're bodyguards.
so therefore you work for me.
Well, yes, but it's not what I was thinking.
So, okay,
before.
so without pay as well. So you're basically working for me for free. So you're basically my slave.
Well, I'm not actually your bodyguard.
But you will be for the night.
Yes.
Okay. Just want to clear that up.
So this man you're meeting with, he has
Foxglove.
not ever seen the two of us.
He's seen me. I
Oh, you've
saved
seen
his
him,
life.
yes.
But he has seen.
Wait, so he knows me, so I'm fine. So I'm not a bodyguard. I'm just me. They're bodyguards.
Wait, but why would Foxglove use this thing to relay the message to me? I don't think it's Foxglove behind
He
this.
said 4 of us was coming. He needed all 4 of us present.
But that was all four
And
of
the
us.
message was delivered directly to you, but he was waiting for 4 of us because he, whoever this he is, said 4 would come.
That's true. So now if we go and it's not four
Can
of
I
us.
use my diplomacy to try to convince him?
Roll, go ahead, roll.
An 8 plus
What, like 15?
12, so that's a 20.
I mean, you feel some persuasion behind your words. I'm not going to use that to.
Well, I mean, I
support the
wasn't.
will
I
of
wasn't
the
No,
here, so
but-
I can't argue
Yeah.
that.
I
I'm
think
just
she's a smart one.
Kate, but you're not. So just stay and swing your blade and throw your dagger
But I don't trust you,
and
sir.
drink your rum.
My suggestion.
We are
No.
buds,
Ixon.
Cade.
My
Yes.
suggestion is this. This fellow has never met me before, correct? Because I was not there before. I have never met him before. So what if I have my nice dress back in my bag. What if I dress down and leave all of my armors except for my dagger, because I will always keep my dagger on me. And I pretend to be your guest or something, and I go with you. Because I'm
You're
a
a
help.
woman.
And I
That was creepy, to say the least. Okay.
I have a tendency to be very convincing and help you get out of a bad situation in
Okay.
case something goes sideways.
Okay. This may be a possibility. Can you tell me exactly what the ghoul said to you again, so I may hear
Yes,
it?
yes. He had, before he gave me the message, he said that there will be 4 of us. He said that there will be 4 of us, and he mentioned specifically me,
Mhm.
not my name, but a woman that looked like me, a cavalier, the pirate, and another. And then when I changed into you, so that we could be the other, he then gave us the message. He said, and I quote, he said you would visit me, his lordship. The one that unmade me. He has a message for you. That you would come to the Misgiving soon, to meet the pack. They have something wonderful to show you.
Well, I just always knew that Foxglove had something off about him.
I didn't. I just wanted his money for a little bit.
Me,
Or a
me
reward,
and,
not
oh
his
no,
money.
you went with Foxglove, you traitor. It was me and Thovin, R.I.P. But so it seems. Now I'm not using the argument that the 4 of us need to be there, because it is clear that just seeing me is what triggered, because there was still only 3 of you when it was triggered. Nonetheless, I think it would be important to have more than one, just me there. And I am not sure whether Foxglove is the one who is putting this on. It could just be at the manor that is currently under renovation. But I will accept these terms. I believe Solomon and Cade should be there as well, but disguise themselves as something else, because I cannot foresee what the other people at this
I
manor
can
will
shine
look like.
myself up.
No, I think you should dumb yourself down.
Oh.
If things like this would be there.
What? Aren't we going to a party?
It's called a misgiving.
I don't know what that is.
Really potty. You don't know what that is.
Yeah, so you just know, like, again, you know, you'd heard it referenced that the Foxglove Manor had also been called the Misgivings, and while it was being renovated, that there had been some things which had occurred there previously, which were ominous, and had given it this.
Was
sort
it
of
Foxglove
foreboding.
at the? Do we know if it was Foxglove at the center of this, or does he?
No.
So-
Like you again. You
So
only,
it's just happening there.
Yeah. Well, no, so
Oh.
it had been abandoned for a long time.
Oh, so
So-
it's not under renovation. It's
No, he
being-
is trying to renovate it. So
Okay.
it was abandoned. This was a
And these things
This
happen.
was a manor. It was a mansion like decades and decades ago. There had been something, maybe rumors of a murder or just sort of local folklore. You didn't know really what to make of it, and it had lying abandoned for many years. Aldern Foxglove had recently been trying to renovate it. That's all you know.
And do I know when the misgiving is?
When?
Yes.
No, I mean, no. Everything you'd heard was probably 30, 40 years ago.
But it said come to the misgiving.
Yeah, so the
Oh.
place, so it was like a period of time. Now it's also synonymous with the place. So that manor is now also called the Misgiving, but
So
it's because of
do I know what time I need to go there or when I need to be there?
no, there was no
So
time.
just-
Are we going as your bodyguards?
No.
Oh, then what are we going as?
So it's not a party that we're going to.
No, I don't know where party came into this. No.
I thought okay. We thought I think we all thought misgiving was a party because
Oh.
we even talked about. Oh, okay.
You're like an event.
Because she. Oh,
I thought it was
think
an
because
event.
she was dressing herself up
Yeah.
in a dress.
Yeah, I see. No, the Misgivings was a place, also synonymous with a series of events that had occurred many years ago. This is why the manor had been abandoned, and why Aldern was trying to renovate it.
Do I know? Am I familiar with? Can I roll to see if I'm familiar with the misgiving place where it's being held, the manor? Like, do I?
No,
know,
that's what I already did. Like, you know, it's several miles to the south.
Do I know if there's like any like secret passages or something
No.
to enter it? No.
No, you've never been there. No detailed knowledge. You just know it's sort of an abandoned
Well,
manor several miles
I
south.
think we will. I still need to contemplate, but I think first we should go see Brodard Quinn, as he is an historian
Right.
of this place, and maybe get some more detail on.
What time of
The
day is
manor.
it right now?
It's sort of late afternoon.
And I think we should go at night.
I need
Yes.
to
then-
go visit a healer first.
Would
or-
you like some healing?
I
from
would.
me?
Yes. I didn't want to ask.
Is that a hint?
For the third time, and probably
Yeah,
the
I'm just
fourth
gonna
or
go
fifth
into this
time.
random town and look for a healer.
That's a 7.
Irda lays her hands on you. The familiar warm glow, the healing of her deity just flows through you.
Muchly appreciated. You said 7.
Yeah, that was 7.
That helped a little
If I'm
bit.
going to travel today, though, and we might get into a situation, I probably should not burn through all my healing spells.
This is a good.
She speaks truth, man.
She does.
So, I say we head to Brodard Quinn now,
Alright.
before his shop closes. So,
Agreed.
All right, is that what you do?
Yes.
Okay. All right, so you leave. You see, by the time you get downstairs, Habe already has two fairly heavy-set men. They're there. They move up the stairs. Clearly, they're going to get the body of this creature. You make your way back towards Sandpoint. It takes just about 15-20 minutes to walk back into the town of Sandpoint. You go back to the same location that you had found Brodard before, and as you walk through, you see there's a nice group of folks inside, fairly sort of standard evening, and you see Brodard is sitting at the same table you saw him at last time, and he's got his face buried in a book.
Mr. Brodard. I said.
Oh no! His head goes back down. He looks at his book.
Oh, yes.
He's peering up to see if you're still there. He's looking.
Yes, we
Where are
are
you?
still here. We have maybe just have a couple minutes of your time.
What is it this time? Why can't you let an old man read?
Do you want some room, sir?
Keep your blasted demon juice. I don't want to addle my wits.
We just have a few more questions about something that you might have some information about.
Am I some sort of repository for you? Are there not simple books here you could read?
Well, Mr. Broder, I think it honestly scares me how much you avoid human connection and interesting knowledge that comes from humans. As you do specialize in the art of knowledge, you have a lot to give. So why be so stingy with
What
that?
does that smell upon you?
Prestidigitation.
He watches out of the corner of his eyes, arches a brow.
Fine. What manner of information do you wish this time?
Precisely, a
What
manner.
manner?
The Foxglove manner. And the misgiving. Oh, tell us any information you have about it.
I don't make much of a habit of learning local folk tales. The Foxglove Manor was the old man, Alden's grandfather. Reportedly he went mad and slew his wife and his children. The place was just haunted, they say. You know, the lack of knowledge of the local people. They felt it was haunted, so it was abandoned. I believe Alden himself is now trying to renovate it. This is all I know, and really, frankly, all I care.
So,
Grouchy old man.
No, the curmudgeonly is the word you're looking for, sir.
Arr, curmudgeon. Like the word, sir.
good, curmudgeonly old sir. Do you know anything about ghouls?
Ghouls?
Not girls, ghouls.
Ghouls.
Who runs the world? Ghouls.
Oh, see.
Indeed, I
Words just crumble with the
actually find some interest in such things. There are pathogens which are transmitted, and they can be infectious, creating necrotic undead creatures.
I swirl mine around.
Do you know anything about ghoul fever in particular?
And how specifically does it spread?
Ghoul fever, nasty. Why have you seen a victim?
Yes.
No.
Yes.
Yes.
It's
Don't lie, you man.
No, that's
I
not fair.
grow weary of this. Speak truthfully to me, or I speak not to you at all.
Yes.
We told you that before, Solomon. Speak truth.
No, I don't think he was lying. I think he really didn't think that he was just
No.
being dull.
I didn't know if we should tell him just in case the town.
Ghoul
overhears.
fever
Yes.
it's a particularly vile contagion. Once infected, usually by a bite, even a scratch, can if it gets into the blood, it can do the damage. And once infected, there is no cure beyond that of a powerful priest that can remove such diseases.
So,
The decline is horrible.
if one were to get bit or clawed, is it a guarantee that they get the fever?
He made a saving throws.
Of course not. If one walks by another who gets sneezed upon, and they have a common cold, are you guaranteed to get the cold? No, your body can fight such things. But it is quite likely it's a nasty, nasty contagion.
Thank you. Interesting.
Are we done here?
Do you know any of the details of what lies inside the manor now? Because we were invited there. I was.
The only thing I have less of than knowledge of the interior of that manor is care for what's interior of that manor.
Well, you sad man, you can go back to reading your book now.
Mr.
but I
Broderick!
appreciate your
Mr.
answers and
Broderick!
knowledge.
What is a pirate's favorite food?
Oh no.
You see his head just like tilts up slowly to he arches a brow.
barbecue. Not even a... Go back to your book, sir.
Thank you for your time. And I just
Thank you
leave.
for the
I
information.
can't even get the man to laugh. Not even a smirk. He needs rum.
Maybe if it
Shane O'Mac said that one hurt. The barbecue. That hurt.
Maybe if it requires rum, it's not that funny.
All right, so
What?
you leave
Maybe
him.
if it
You
requires
notice
rum,
he
it's not that
does,
funny.
as you step out, he does kind of look over at you as you walk out, and kind of he has a quizzical look on his face. You step through the doors, and it's now dusk. The evening is growing cool. It is still autumn, as I mentioned before, and the lights begin to sort of grow dimmer in the sky.
Alright.
Well, I think we should go now.
He didn't hit any of either of you two, did he? The ghoul?
No.
Grace?
No. Are
Thanks
you
for-
worried?
Are you
about
feeling
yourself?
alright? Solomon.
I mean, no.
Should we take you to a priest?
Maybe. Just to be on the safe
He's a
side.
little worried.
Do I remember where I should remember where the Temple of Saturn is, correct?
I'm sorry, repeat
I
that.
should remember where the Temple of Saturn is.
Yes,
correct?
yes, you do.
Okay, so perhaps we should go there since Saturn is the healer.
Yes. Better safe than sorry.
And just in case.
I don't want to be a ghoul.
Okay, so you're seeking healing.
Yes.
All right, so you know that Saranai is one of the gods that's now in the recently dedicated temple, and just for sake of time, so you walk in, you seek healing. You're quite well known. We're not going to role play through this for the sake of, again, just sort of the expediency of the process. You're not even asked for any gold. They know you as the heroes of Sandpoint. Each of you are recognized. The priests welcome you, and healing benefactions are given to all. So anyone that had damage is fully healed.
I was already feeling a whole man.
They also hand you a clear potion and tell you that this is additional healing elixir, and they hand it to Firda.
Oh,
I will hold on to this.
we all don't get to.
No, just one.
Well,
Oh.
Thank you.
Do they have a place where they have a where you can leave a donation for them? Because I don't want to
Yes,
like.
they gladly take
Okay,
donations.
so I'm going to leave a donation. And I'm
Okay.
going to leave them 5 gold.
All right, she leaves 5 gold. Shane O'Mac said it's like Christmas, the healer. And
Huzzah.
soon
Huzzah.
you're back out into the night air. It's chill outside. What do you do?
I think are we going to the manor, or are we going...
Are we ready?
I say we at least need... If there's anything I've learned
Maybe
in my
we
time,
should go and get rest tonight, and then, because I have run
What
low
if-
on my spells.
What if we go,
Alright,
we scout it out tonight, then come back, sleep, and then go back tomorrow?
that is a good idea. Perhaps we
Because that way, at least we have some idea of what we're expecting when we go.
So your
Scout
guess
is-
is it's about, the manor's probably a good hour or hour and a half walk, so it's not too far.
No.
We have horses.
Should we think about a plan,
I was
though?
going to say, but if we take our horses, it's going to be
Yeah.
a little more
Company
obvious
pump.
that we're approaching. If we're trying to
We
be
can-
fairly stealthy.
I mean,
Or
we
we
can
could
leave
just
them.
go at the crack of dawn. Get the rest tonight.
And then go maybe tomorrow
Mhm.
evening. For real. That sounds like a good idea.
Arr.
So is that the plan? So you're going to go back and rest at the Rusty Dragon?
Yes.
Okay, and are you going to rest and leave in the morning, or are you going to rest, wait the day out, do whatever, and then leave at night the following day?
I think
Do we
we're
want to
leaving-
rest in the morning and then actually go to the manor.
Are we leaving?
We can make the decision when we get there, I guess, whether we want to do.
So you're going to leave in the morning.
Yep.
Yes.
Okay.
I think before dawn or after sunrise.
All right, we're going to take our break then, and we are
But
just about
we
exactly
want-
halfway into the stream. And thank you so much. We've had great chat. Also, several people that have donated bits and all that good stuff. We're at 264 followers. I don't think we're going to be doing a giveaway today, although if we get to 270, if we get lucky and pick up several followers here in the last hour and a half, we will. But we're going to take a break. It's going to be about a 10-minute or less break. Give me a chance to set up. with the revised sort of battle map stuff. But thank you for watching, and if you're watching today and you haven't followed us yet, we have one question for you. What are you doing? Hopefully you're enjoying the sound. Everything looks good to me here
Tell
on
your
this
friends
end.
to follow us, you landlubbers.
And yes, yes. Oh, hey, thank you for the chat on the ambient lighting, Lurkenstein. It is my favorite as well. And we are on break.
Okay.
This is no ordinary sub shop. This is Firehouse Subs. Welcome to Firehouse! Tired of overpriced lunches that underdeliver?
Squarespace is an all-in-one platform to build a professional website, an online shop, or a portfolio.
right, we are back live. And 1, 2, 3. I do not see Ixon's mic on yet, so I think that's the last one. I don't see your mic on either.
I know, I'm chewing apples.
Oh, okay. Sneaking a bit of last-second food.
As soon as she's done.
So,
Getting my sustenance.
good. So, yeah, I don't know how it ended down. Stream, video game, Elgato through an Xbox. The PC. Yep, that's exactly right. Good. The Elgato works really well for that, Shane.
Test, vote Ixon Stream MVP.
All right, so before we get started, I just want to know, like, are you guys setting off the next morning immediately? Are you going to do anything while you're still at the Rusty Dragon?
I want to eat breakfast.
Eat breakfast.
All right, so you eat a hearty breakfast.
A hearty breakfast.
Okay, all right. Well, let's jump to that scene. I'm not going to have. Ixon isn't coming through. We can hear him again. No, Ixon, you're not on. I'm not seeing you're on.
You might be on
All the way,
standby.
right?
Test, test. Vote Ixon Stream MVP. Test, test.
I got it now. All right. And kill this. So we're going to cue the background of the Rusty Dragon. For sake of time, I'm not going to put the battle map up for that. But you're in the inn. And let's go to a little more of the inn ambiance. Not quite that dark. Right about there. All right. So it's the next morning here in the Rusty Dragon. There's already a good, healthy flow of patrons. You don't see a Mako there this morning. She's not in. But there's a good amount of other folks that are in the inn.
Oh, where is Jamaica?
Who are you asking? The bartender?
The bartender.
He looks up. He narrows his eyes at you. Perhaps you should be telling me.
But if I was to tell you, then I would know where she is, and I wouldn't need to ask you in the first place. Understand?
You think you're so clever, don't you?
A bit, yes.
Everyone roll d20, please.
My God.
This has been a good one.
Why does no one like me?
Another nat 20.
15.
Never done
I got
that
a
for
15.
Me, so that's
My third nat 20
A
of the
nat
stream.
20, okay.
That's a 2.
I've rolled nat 20s too, but none of them have been combat. So
Yeah.
when we actually get to combat, we're gonna be rolling ones.
course.
So.
Okay. Yours?
It was a 2.
2,
8.
8,
15.
15.
I'm distracted.
All right. You, Solomon, something just stirs. You feel a tickling at the back of your neck. You look up toward the door, and you see this burly, bearded man with a strange-looking hat. He comes walking through. He glowers and scans the room.
Do I
He's
see
got
this 2 out of 15?
No. He's got a deep, bushy black beard. His eyes lock on Cade, who has
Yep.
not seen him yet.
I walk over to Cade and let him know that you have a friend visiting, Cade.
I do. Ooh.
You there, Cady boy! I hear what you've been saying, lad.
You hear this deep voice.
Yep.
My friend! Let's have a chat! My friend! And I go over.
Roll d20. Add your diplomacy.
I'm doing 2.
Do I hear this happening?
So you are you marking off your?
Oh well, I got an 18, yes!
All right, make sure you mark
I
off
needed that.
Yeah,
you use them.
I've been doing. Do I hear this?
Yes, I have
Yes,
been.
you're hearing all.
I was
Everyone
gonna
hears
say
all
Kate
this
is the
now.
loudest person in the world.
Yeah,
so
yeah, yeah.
I'm going to kind of just pay attention to what's going on.
Alright, last me pencil.
This man is louder than Cade.
Oh my gosh, it's possible.
What game you be playing here, Cade?
He walks over towards
We
you.
go out for a chat.
I think that's a good idea.
Yeah, I do too.
So they lock arms, and you
we follow?
see he turns and walks out through the door with Cade.
Oh wait, we rested, didn't we? Hold on,
Yeah,
I gotta get my
everyone's rested?
spells back. Okay.
All right.
Oh, yeah,
so
me too.
We're going to switch to the player-only view,
Look how many spells I have.
and I'm going to ask you to turn your mic off, and we're going to step out, and I'm going to ask the 3 of you to entertain the audience.
You messed up the view.
He did that on purpose.
No,
I
it's
was-
It's fine.
I was going to try to follow them and
I
see if I
also
could
wanted to follow
overhear
them. Ah, well,
him.
now it looks like we are just having a normal, regular breakfast.
I was going to
Well,
try
I'll
to
ask
follow.
the viewers out there if
You
Thank you.
of what I should do as my spell. So I have one extra first level spell.
That you
Should
can
I?
use?
Yeah, well, that I can mark.
Okay.
So should I do?
Oh, frame. Oh, I see that. Oh my goodness, the frame is off.
What do you mean?
Or
Oh
like
yeah,
the-
yeah,
in the-
I know.
Fireball, always fireball.
Well, unfortunately, Fireball is not a level 1 spell.
No, it's not.
But
or
it
a
could
potion.
What are your options?
I can do comprehend languages, which we already have that, so I don't need to do that.
Yeah, because I think I can do that.
Crafter's Fortune. I don't plan on crafting anything today. I can do a second Illusion of Calm, or a Disguise Self.
That's good. I like this guy's self.
I
But
wish I could.
I already have
disguise.
2 shields marked. Or I can do another Cure Light Wounds.
go with the healing just
yeah.
in case. I mean, I have the healing potion that they gave me.
Yeah, but I might have
Simple,
to
but it might
be
be good.
alone. Yeah.
Yeah, might be a good idea to have a spare for yourself.
You are the only healer at the moment, right?
Yes, I'm the only person other than his potions.
Which aren't very good.
And actually, I'm probably going to give you this potion.
Ah,
Probably. Will.
yes. Because Solomon is the one that likes to be in the front of the fight.
And you tend to be
And
the one
gets
that hits
very
the most.
hurt, yes.
I mean, I get hit, but I tend to be a little more okay usually.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like every attack that hits me just does so much more damage than everyone.
And
It's just that natural 20s on you all the time.
I always tell because I just hear him go, oh man.
Heals, take the heals.
Light wounds, yep.
It was. Everybody voted for healing.
So,
I'm a big fan of healing.
what do I have coming up if I level up? I want my sword back. The one that was
Your really nice one that got rusted to death?
yeah,
Well,
really weird how that happened.
At least you have my sister's sword.
No, what I thought. No, Kate took that, right?
No, you have my sister's sword. Kate has the one that was in the statue.
Oh
That
yes.
he kept trying to kill off
So
statues.
I want to. Never mind.
well, actually,
I was thinking I want to.
I'm gonna
have mounted
delete one of my
combat.
shields because I
Because that
also
is the
have
point of my
Iron Skin
character.
now.
Well, there you go.
I'm gonna do Iron Skin.
Maybe I'll just ride my horse into the manor.
Fair enough.
Just have my lance out and just.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do
So-
another Cure Light Wounds.
You see, Cade comes walking back in,
Oh, I was going to try to overhear, but that's fine.
and I'm sorry, you were.
I was trying to overhear the
Okay,
try to follow them to overhear if I could hear
Okay,
them.
so roll a stealth, and
Okay.
then start with that. Roll stealth.
Oh yeah, I sent Ray.
Okay.
You
I'm
said
gonna
Ray.
do it at advantage.
I was just eating my breakfast and thinking.
The lack of curiosity.
That's 21.
I think we should all just use this die. This is the
No,
community
don't
die.
steal my luck.
21.
Okay. So
Uh-oh.
by the time you got out there, and this is for both you and for Ray, so you both snuck out. You saw them whispering, and you got close enough, but you couldn't betray yourself because they were kind of out in the
Right.
open, so you couldn't get too close. They were standing in the middle of the street,
Right.
and it's morning, right? So you can't just walk up to them.
I mean, I have decently high perception with a +4.
Yeah, I know. So you definitely heard, as did, Ray would have the better chance to get super close because he's so tiny. You heard some sort of what sounded like bargaining that occurred,
Okay.
and then as you were listening, they shook hands. You heard scallywag, and then they turned and started walking back toward the inn.
Oh, great. And so I slip back in before he gets back.
So you managed to slip back in. Ray comes back and he reports.
How
to
do I
you.
see you're sneaking?
I rolled for him. Go ahead and roll for you.
Tell I'm so dumb.
You check all the mics. All the mics are so. So you hear this. You get back in. You see Irda comes back in. She sits in her seat quickly and gets quiet. You see
I'm eating
Ray
my breakfast.
comes scurrying in. His little wings. He floats up, lands on Ixon's hand.
I hold out my hand and I say, because I was listening through him, I say, hush money, you think, don't you? What does he respond?
He looks at you,
Yeah.
Cade,
Hush, man.
and
Interesting.
this man come walking in. And the man stands.
Arr, me buddy, me pal.
Arr.
It's good to see you again.
Nice.
I
We got costumes.
I be first mate, Blackbeard. And I am here to tell a tale of me captain Cade Carter,
Arr,
who
me
be the
first
bravest man I
mate.
ever known upon this
Wait,
earth.
wait, just a minute. Sir, not.
Do not interrupt me unless you want me fist in your face, boy. I seen smooth-faced, smooth
Arr,
other places
he's
little
just a
lads
pretty
like
boy.
yourself. Nothing more than a tiny little boy in armor. You don't touch
Arr!
me with all your shiny armor.
With what?
How
the-
much gold
I just
did
have
he
a-
give you? Or did he
Shut
give
your
you?
mouth or I'll be giving you me fist.
I just have one question. Or two, maybe. I'm not sure.
As I was saying, we was on the high seas. And me captain, Cade, he was the brave one among us. When the Hydra came and it roared up beneath the seas, it hit our ship, and Cade, he charged to the fore and said,
I'll double
"Laddies,
whatever she gave you."
Laddies!
I'll double whatever he gave
He
you.
hesitates. Laddies!
So,
I'll
Cade
triple.
said he would.
last night you said that you were the captain. Or the last time you were at this bar.
I never seen your face before.
You didn't.
Shut
but
up, Peach Boy. Cade.
I show him my
He-
gold. I open a bag and it's just filled with gold. I just shake it.
I don't know what you're trying to do, lad, but there is
I don't
honor
know either.
among pirates.
Are you
And
a
this
pirate?
be
Well,
me
you're a
captain.
weirdo.
Well, I would suspect that honoring your captain would be part of that with a pirate, and I don't think she's honoring, or he's honoring his captain.
Okay, roll d20. Diplomacy.
Oh man! I told you I was gonna roll bad rolls. 12.
Alright. If you be interrupting me one more time, you'll be taking me scimitar in your throat. I'm here to tell him the honors of me Captain Cade.
Can I buy you a
And
drink?
What kind of
sir?
pirate wields a scimitar?
Oh, don't listen to her! Oh, I got to meet the
use a
rum.
cutlass.
Let's go. Me first mate, Blackbeard. Do not let her regale you with her prettiness.
Okay.
You should mention that.
So-
so they can
Oh,
have
we
a-
need to ban this kid.
Wait, who said what?
It's a wannabe. It's a guy
Oh,
that's.
oh, yeah.
Yeah, I'm banning him.
Oh, you're leaving. You're being put out.
I think you should ask that question to the nice man.
Um,
Or that statement, rather.
So he keeps talking.
I
But he's glancing down at her periodically now
Can I
as
buy you
well.
a drink?
Boy, y'all
He-
aren't me friends, are ya?
He puffs out his chest, you know, he's got hair, dark, thick hair coming out through his shirt. Roll d20.
Oh, she's just trying to charm you. She don't like you. I got some real women around here. Let's go,
Add my diplomacy.
Blackbeard.
Do I add my diplomacy to this?
Yes, uh-huh.
Okay.
19,
That's
16.
28.
Shane, sorry, that's a wrong time to be leaving, my friend. Okay, but thank you so much. You're the best. You see, he looks at you. I see you, lassie, and I'll be here all night. And we'll have some talks later. But for now, I'm talking about
won't
me,
be
Captain Cade.
Ah, that's right.
When the Hydra came up, he was the only one that leapt onto the railing. His sword swung down blow upon blow upon blow on the blimey creature. Aye, many of my first mates and others, they ran like scallywags, but only Cade, my captain, he stood honoring it.
Captain, oh, Captain.
He had nothing to do with it when
It's Captain.
it was it was
Well,
no fault of his when
it split the hull of our ship in two, and my ship.
Sit down!
Was split in two,
I just have-
and the flotsam, we all survived.
Good sir,
Only Kate,
sir.
I would have died upon the seas had he not held me in his arms and
First
brought me to the
mate
shore.
Blackbeard. Just one small thing. So, why did you bring it up that it wasn't Cade's fault that the ship went down? Why would we suspect him if he was such a good captain?
I don't know what
It
you
wasn't
mean.
my fault!
And
It was
Captain,
the Angel's fault!
you again, you reveal yourself, you.
Yeah.
And
You
Softy!
weak little lad.
You softy!
Hey, a captain goes down with his ship, and a captain is responsible for his ship, so I'm telling you that.
Oh! If the
Captain
captain
Cade.
goes down with his ship, then why is he still here today?
Because he went down
With the ship!
And he,
I told you
among
that
the
already.
flotsam, swimming like a madman, rescuing our men, grabbed onto the boards which brought him to shore.
Him?
Arr!
I,
Ray,
We're talking about the same Cade, right?
Sit down, you softy!
Do you know
Are
stool
you-
pigeon?
what about little eggs?
Oh, he remembers stool pigeon and puertos. Wait, poquito huevos and Patchy Pete. He remembers all of them.
I be knowing old
And so
lads.
Can you tell me a story about stool pigeon?
So, you be here later tonight, right?
Yes.
Don't listen to her.
Can I-
She's only
can
wanting
I,
to
can
smooth
I
ya.
sense motive on this whole
Well,
act?
well, Ilda, wouldn't you only want to be with a captain?
Yeah, why would you want to be with the first mate?
So shouldn't you be with
So
Cade
that's a
besides?
19?
So you are, as everyone else is, highly suspicious.
Yes.
So wouldn't you want to be with the Captain Cade instead of Mr. Blackbeard?
Well, he seems much more fascinating than Kate, though.
I'll show you how fascinating I am, lassie.
His friend that we met a few nights ago?
Oh, Sully.
Yes, Sully. Have you seen Sully around?
Yeah, Sully's a good lad.
Like, here in town? Recently?
I did see Sully, Why are you asking? This is... what am I talking to one like you anyway? I've said me piece.
Arr, Blackbeard.
I hope
Thank
you
you.
get your ship back,
Thank you, sir.
Captain
First mate,
Cade.
Blackbeard.
Captain.
Blackbeard.
He stands up. He stops. Gives
Here's
one
some room
last.
for your travels.
He casts.
The
He-
best.
He shakes his head. He casts one last glance
You're not-
at Irda. Thank you. He casts one last glance at Irda. And he pushes open the doors and walks out.
What an interesting, just interesting man that we have just
I am
encountered.
so happy to have me captain's hat back.
Very interesting,
How much gold
Cade.
did that cost you, Cade?
Huh?
Cade, you might be the worst lie I've ever done.
It's very interesting, Cade, that the man who was saying he was the captain moments before you escorted him outside changed his story the moment you came back in.
He did.
He was just trying to ruffle y'all's feathers. And you fell for it.
Kate, no offense to you.
What,
But
son?
looking at you and then looking at him,
Well,
I might lean towards him. I would put my money
he
on
was
him
a
being
good
the
first
captain.
mate. He did the dirty work.
So the inn has resumed a normal sort of cadence. You do see people looking over, staring at you. You've had full plates of breakfast, ham, eggs, ale, morning ale.
Alright. So after that,
Bid y'all farewell. Get on our day. Alright, are we ready to go battle some ghouls?
Cade,
What is it, Dixon?
I've been on your side this entire time.
And I yours, sir.
But now you're
And I
lying to me.
yours.
Why do you have so much pride that blinds you
Me?
from telling the truth?
You
When
are
you could
questioning
most-
me about pride?
You're on a lapel now. So. Yeah. Yes. Kate, you could very well be a captain of your ship one day. But
Oh,
that time,
I am the captain, oh captain!
Of what ship? It's oh captain, my captain, of which ship?
Do not!
What is the name of your ship? Because I remember it. A
Black
captain.
Ghost.
What? Why are you looking like that?
Nothing.
Do I hear them whispering again?
No.
No. Nope.
Kate, I think there is a betrayal of the party that is going on, and I feel like I'm left out of either side of it. So I say I'm on your side from now on, and we will whisper to each other as well.
We will be best buds like we have been from the
You
very
didn't
beginning.
see them whispering, okay? That was here. I was checking that, watching. I did a quick roll.
Well, I've got them multiple times.
Also, though, that was not in character whispering.
Yeah, and last time you caught them, I told you what they said. I think, right?
Yeah.
I think I did. Yeah.
This was not in character whispering. This was.
And we're also in a loud tavern.
Yeah, I mean it's quite boisterous. It's getting louder as the
Well,
morning.
never
goes on.
mind, Kate. We are not best mates.
But we have been. I'm always on your side, Dixon.
No, you're not.
Even through your weariness.
You were questioning me back at the asylum.
Well, we had a weird thing come at us and wonder and get all weird because you were not there.
And Captain Blackbeard coming in here wasn't weird looking for you. Then all of a sudden he takes you out and then comes back in and
He's a human! He's a human pirate. The other thing was not human.
I'm human.
The things that attacked us that wanted you in the pack.
He was human as well, but he just
No, he turned into something.
because he had ghoul fever.
Well, he wanted you. That's all I know.
He did want you.
He did
Specifically.
want you.
Well, a lot of people want
Specifically.
me. Specifically, never mind.
I say we stop this arguing for now
That's right.
and go to the.
I say we join as one. Be friends. And kill these ghouls.
We don't even know that there's going to be ghouls there, necessarily. But yes, just in case there probably will be. Let's go. Is everyone in agreement?
Onward ho!
Yes.
To
All right.
the manor.
So you leave. You head out of the Rusty Dragon. It's now about mid-morning. There's a clear autumn sun. There's a light breeze. It's chill. There's a chill in the air. As you walk through the city streets, again, recognition. You see Alma. She shuffles up to you. She goes to you, Solomon.
Oh, dearie, you must take some bread on your journey. You've been so good to us here.
She hands
Thank you.
several loaves of bread.
The townspeople love us.
Take three days of rations.
All right. The townspeople love us, and there's a one reason. Because of the Captain Cade Cardinal.
Kate, be quiet.
Or the fact that we've saved them from multiple attacks. Maybe.
Maybe. But, you know, they like a jolly spirit going through the streets, too.
So they
Or
gave us
maybe
3 days
you
of rations.
bribe them with money that you threw at them.
Hey,
You did bribe them.
Well, they might need it.
Still bribery, just philanthropic.
Okay. They love us.
All right, so you head to the south. You're moving toward the manor that you have heard of. That is a good hour and a half travel. Are you on foot or are you taking horses?
Foot.
Yes, on foot.
Okay.
So we're less obvious when we arrive.
Okay. All right, so you head out to the south. You go several miles as you're heading that direction. There is hang on here, let me pull up my audio and get this going. You know, it's a typical sort of farmlands. It's a dusty road. As you're heading to the south, you see birds flitting among trees leaves are turning beautiful autumnal tones. But you notice that as you're traveling south, it's a while before it starts to register that you're not really seeing any other travel coming back this way, which is unusual. Every time you've gone on these roads, you've seen travel coming from the other direction, but you don't see any people that are coming this way. You walk along the roads. Anyone doing anything or saying anything?
I don't think so. I think we're just walking.
Okay.
Yo ho, a player's life for me.
As you get about 45 minutes outside of town, you figure you probably walked a couple, 3 miles. You're about halfway as you would reckon it from the Misgivings or the Fox Club Manor.
Okay.
And you see a farmstead up ahead. It's a small house. There's a large barn structure behind the house. And you see a fence. And the fence looks old and kind of rickety. And it creaks and it's like blowing wide open. And as you're looking, you notice that there is a form, small brown form laying in front of the fence.
Small brown.
What if it's a dog?
Can I use my perception and see if I can recognize what it is or tell what it is?
So you peer, you're still a couple hundred yards away, roll d20.
4.
That's 18?
Yeah, it's definitely a dog.
Alright.
Can I send Ray to get a closer look at it?
Mm-hmm.
I send Ray.
All right. So Ray hops down, kind of half floats, half flies, half runs. He gets close. Are you looking through his eyes? Or are you waiting for a report? Or what are you doing?
Looking through his eyes.
You see he gets closer. And the connection's getting stronger and stronger, but it's still not exactly right. You see sort of fuzzy images. It looks like you're looking through gauze a bit. But as he gets closer, you can clearly see what looks like a good-sized brown dog. Its throat has been slashed and ripped open. You see part of its innards have been ripped out, and there's entrails on the ground.
Does it look like it's feeble at all, or it looks like fully like it, or does it,
It
look
looks
like a zombie
completely
dog?
dead.
Oh, so it's not walking around.
No, it's laying on the ground.
Oh, I thought you said it was walking.
No.
Oh. So it's just laying on the ground. Oh, okay. I call him back.
He scurries back. As he jumps on your shoulder, he kind of shivers.
So there is a disfigured dog that lays. Is it like a hill, the bottom of the hill, or something?
No.
Oh,
So
just
there's
straight ahead.
Yeah, there's a fence right here.
Oh,
So
yeah.
you guys are a little bit further back than this. There's a fence, which I don't have. I wish I did, but I don't. And the dog's laying right at the gate of that fence, leading
Okay.
to the farmstead.
A disfigured dog at the foot of the fence.
So if the dog's dead, are the owners?
It looks recently killed as well.
Because there also haven't been very many people coming through here.
I say we go check.
I say we go check the house.
Do we notice any that strange smell again, perhaps?
I think it's not a good idea for us to all go check the house. And it might not go as we wanted to, because I was the only one that was called to the house. If
Well, you know this
This-
is not the
yeah,
manor.
this
this isn't the manor.
No.
This is a far. So you're on the road.
House.
Yeah, stay with us. So
Okay,
I said
this-
you were halfway there. You're about 45 minutes into probably an hour and a half to 2 hour trip. So you're about halfway there. This is just a farmhouse on the side of the road. And you've noticed there's no foot traffic. And you see this farmhouse, the small house in the front. There's a barn in the back with a gate and this dead animal out front. You are not at the
Oh,
Misgivings.
okay.
The
But yeah,
gate
we should
creaks
go
and it
check it
just kind
out.
of floats back and forth in the wind.
I say we go.
Should we scout it, like, have Ray go ahead and scout it out?
Yes,
That's
Alright.
a good idea.
just in case someone or something is still
We kind
in
of
there.
get like, I get like a little bit closer to the house, but like not, we're still like staying down and low, but then I send Ray.
All right. So you get a little bit closer. You're sort of right outside the gates here. And as you see, there's stacks of hay on either side, bales and rolls. There's a well on the right side, the house, and the barn is back sort of behind this. Ray floats up and he lands on the windowsill. Kind of looks in. You see he pulls on the windowsill. It doesn't budge. His head. Are you looking through his eyes again, or you see it's a dirty window. It's splattered with blood. You look in. It looks like there's a body on the floor.
I'll send him through the chimney.
Okay.
I think we should go look at the. I want to go look at the well. So
Okay.
since we're still outside, I'm going to go investigate the well.
Okay. Solomon's going to investigate the well. What are you doing, Irda?
I'm just going to kind of stay where. Actually, I'm gonna kind of come between the two groups. I'm going to be so just in case something happens on either side that I can kind of see. Just keep an eye out on Ixon and Solomon to see if they react to anything.
Cade, what do you be doing?
I have me sword drawn, and I be walking around the house.
So you're like walking around this way, or
Mm-hmm.
okay? All right, you start doing sort of a perimeter
little-
scouting.
I love that.
We're about to
Ixon, you're
breach
standing
this
here.
house.
So
That's about breaching.
Irda, you
it.
see Ray. He looks back over his shoulder. His wings, and they appear to be getting stronger and stronger. He, again, he's 8 inches tall,
Right.
but his wings now carry him. He lofts up onto the roof, and then he scurries across the top of the roof. He leaps on top of the chimney, and he looks back over at you like, "Are you sure?" As he stands at the mouth of the chimney.
No, I call him back.
Right.
Don't want to lose.
I'm not. I've learned enough about DM hits. I'm gonna call him back.
Don't overplay that. All right, so he turns, he runs back.
Well,
He
Ray
lands on
isn't
your
worth the
shoulder.
risk, so.
Yeah, that's probably a good way to look at it. He lands back on your shoulder. So you're at the well. As you get closer, you hear.
It's a ghoul.
Irda,
Yes.
you might want to come over here with me. I hear something.
Okay, I run to the well next to Solomon.
All right, you run over to the well. You hear the same sounds. There's something splashing around the bottom of the well.
I go and I.
Cade, you get to the back. Sorry, I'll come back. You get to the back. You can hear sort of the scurrying of Ray as he goes back and forth.
If he's down on the well.
There are no windows on the back of this house.
Just close it.
You don't see anything unusual over here.
I tell Cade to. Cade, come in here with me.
All right.
I step through the front door.
Okay.
Oi!
So
Check for traps.
Ixon opens the
Farmhouse.
door
There's not gonna
as
be
he
traps.
pulls the door open.
I have my sword ready.
I said I pulled it open quietly.
It creaks. The hinges creak loudly.
Yeah.
And
Let me get my spells ready.
you look in, you see a macabre scene. There are bodies on the floor. You see a tiny child, a boy of perhaps 5 or 6 years. He's holding the hand of a sister that might be 3 or 4.
I don't want to go in. This is not right.
And
Oh!
Hey!
oh, hey, quite unremarkable fellow. Thank you for the follow.
Huzzah! Huzzah!
And I find you quite remarkable. Thank you. So you see the little boy and little girl. They're like their hands are clutched. Their throats have been ripped out. Again, just like the dog, their intestines are splayed over the floor. And there is a man that lays on the floor. His body is mutilated, and you see a 7-pointed star carved into his chest. Blood is everywhere.
All right, don't want to go in there. It's no place for me.
All right, back to you guys.
I'm going to send my dad
I
down into the well so we
peer
can
over
see
it.
what's
All right,
down
so
there.
you peer over, you look down the well, and as your lights illuminate, you see a creature. It's hard to see, but it's definitely got sort of ripped, pallid flesh, and it starts swiping at the lights, splashing in the water.
How deep is the water?
And so it looks like the creature's about 30 feet down, but it's clinging to the side. It looks like it's found a foothold or something. So it's not submerged. It's sort of at the base sort of level of the water, splashing around, holding onto the side.
I head over to the well.
I have an idea.
Does it appear to be like what Grace looked like when we saw him in the...
Go ahead and roll d20.
I
and
say
add your perception.
in my infinite wisdom.
That's a...
That.
31? 31.
Yes, but almost looks more advanced, like a fully transformed creature.
So
I say we take a giant rock and drop it down there so it knocks him off of whatever he's standing on and pushes him in the water.
My concern would be is that if he gets his blood in the water and as well it accesses more sources of water for the town, how many people get infected by this goblin fever?
So are we supposed to
Would I know if this
extract? You're not here.
You're in the house still.
Are we going to
And I'm walking
extract
over.
him from the well? Are we gonna
don't-
like go
I mean-
throw a rope down and be like, here you go, buddy? Just cut his head off.
I mean, I don't know how
What if
we
it's
would
just
go
a
about
single well?
extracting him, yes, but I don't know how we would go about extracting him, but I mean, it's better than his blood spilling in here and perhaps infecting the water. That's all I'm saying.
This
All right.
is a good point.
So we'll pause there. We come back to you. You notice, and you're standing right behind him.
I did not go in.
No, you're behind him. Yeah, he's in the doorway. You're
Oh.
behind- He called you over, but you're behind him. Looking in the doorway, you see there's a note pinned to the chest on one of the points of the star.
I'll grab it.
Okay, you walk forward again. You smell that familiar sort of putrid scent.
Lovely.
You pull the note off the chest. It's
I'm
folded
gagging.
with blood, and it's got your name on the front of it. It says Ixon.
I opened it.
You unfold the note. This is a simple two-line note. As you read it, it says,
Okay, go ahead.
I fear you. I hate you. And you must hate me as well. You would unmask me, so I must unmask you first.
Now, what have we gotten ourselves into?
You guys don't see any of this.
This is some cult stuff.
Kind of cold
Solomon
stuff.
signed up for dragon slaying.
So you see Kay, you're kind of looking in the doorway, cautious not to go in.
Arr, what did that note say? Ixon.
Did she see me pick up a note?
Yeah, she's like,
No, I did. You bet your bippy I did.
I just said, well, you never tell me the truth, so I don't know why I should tell you the truth. And just know it's nice to be feared. And he gives a smile and kind of shrugs his shoulders back, and
Arr, why you be keeping secrets, boy?
I stuff my note into the side of my.
I run over to the well to tell them. It's
all right.
stuff to the
You
note.
hear, okay, as you guys are debating what to do, you hear hurried footsteps coming your direction. You look over your shoulder to see Cade running towards you, his ridiculous hat perched atop his head.
Arr, you guys. Inside is a bloody massacre. Guts everywhere. Foul stench. And on one of the men there was a note. It was addressed to Ixon.
You didn't see that. You
Did
just
I
saw
not see that?
No, you just saw him pull the note. You
Oh.
don't know who's.
Ixon took a note. A note was on one of the bodies.
What did it say?
I don't know. But what I do know,
See Carson, Ixon's got a note. Ixon's got a note.
but what I do know is that Ixon read it and stuffed it in his pants.
No.
You're not there. He says what he says.
And he said, He ain't telling me secrets.
So it's just like Ixon being his
Ixon.
normal self.
Yes.
I don't know.
So he just saw.
Sounds like a normal Ixon.
It's probably a
event.
love letter or something.
Not a
no.
grotesque body?
Let me correct myself, because
Well,
the last time
I
we saw a
mean-
murder scene with a note, it was directed to Ixon.
Yes.
I mean, he does seem to
Is
be
it like
getting
the
off on
same
drugs.
thing as at the mill?
A 7-pointed star on
Maybe
his
he has a
chest
secret
with a
letter.
note pinned to it. And he stuffed it in his pants and won't show it to us.
Cade might be the fakest person ever. You like we're best mates, and now you're just running
I know, like.
Yeah, wouldn't tell me.
Well, he's not there. Stop.
You wouldn't tell me
Okay,
either,
right.
so
But
I guess our
All right,
best
so what do you
mates
guys
are
say?
over.
We kind of have a more pressing
matter?
issue than that. Come look at
You
this.
hear, you hear.
Oh my gosh, kill it!
Well, see, the problem is I'm not quite sure if this well leads to water for other people in the town.
Or if
because
it's just
if
a
we
well.
kill it in the well, then the blood and the ghoul fever to everybody, and we
Could
don't.
we just not ruin the well? You know, collapse it so nobody can use it.
Both of you go ahead and roll d20 for me, the two of you. Don't bother, Kate.
A 7. My luck ran out.
9.
Do you have anything?
Yeah, nothing.
I mean, so Irda, you actually had some life, sort of rural
Yes, 'cause
stuff in your so
we
you
used the
you're
well and
I mean,
stuff.
I'm not, and again, this is not a DM hint. I'm not telling you
Yeah.
what to do, but you know a well like this would only be serving likely this local household. Could be maybe an adjoining property somewhere, but
Yes.
it's not going all the way back to Sam.
Gotcha. Well,
I say we kill him
well.
and collapse the well.
So what my suggestion was, we find a big rock and we drop it in there because it looks like he's standing on something. He falls in, eventually gets tired and drowned. Do ghouls drown?
I think that's a great idea. And then we collapse
means
the well so
he
nobody
would
uses
be
the water.
But
stuck
do
in there.
Water.
do ghouls drown,
I
or do they just exist
I
in
mean,
water?
I am not an expert on the undead, but
But-
they're undead.
You
If
know
we hit
who
him hard
is?
enough with the rock, a big rock,
But if we hit him,
and then when we
Yes.
collapse the well,
It
all
doesn't
those
work.
rocks go in.
All right, back to Ixon.
Uh,
I check the bodies for anything else. See if there's any hints on who they are or
All right, so
what killed them.
go ahead and roll d20.
What's killed them with the thing in the well? We all know
15
that.
but we don't hear
plus
that.
whatever.
Oh, you're right.
Yeah, so you see claw marks and the same signs that you saw on the bodies in the mill. It looks like a very similar sort of attack. And as you're doing so, you hear thunk, thunk. Roll initiative. Oh, let's go!
Well, if it's going thunk thunk, then I'm
No,
going
like,
thunk
I'm
thunk
telling
thunk
you-
thunk 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 thunk. I'm
I'm
getting
telling
out
you,
of there.
It's initiative.
20. Of course, I rolled 20 on initiative.
All right, you're busy checking the body, and this creature suddenly, like, you look up, and you see a monstrous-looking ghoul.
Oh no.
And go ahead and roll d20 for me again. Add perception.
Okay.
Wait, hold on. It stands over you.
13 plus.
Or do we hear this?
Hang on.
Oh,
hey, hi, piece of toast. Good to see you again.
Come back.
13 plus 10, 23.
Okay, all right. So what do? You see the creature. It's starting to lunge down at you. Monstrous claws, jagged
Wait,
teeth.
what did I roll that perception?
You have an. I'll tell you in a minute.
Oh. I fly away.
All right. So is that instantaneous? Is that a swift action
Yeah,
to have to
it's
spread those
swift
wings? Okay. So you're gonna provoke an attack of opportunity.
No. I will. Actually, I'm just going to do. I guess I'll just do a where is it at? Adhesive spittle and try to entangle him.
All right. Roll the hit.
It's a like it's spell.
Oh, it's a
so
DC.
yeah.
Okay. All right. What's the DC?
17.
17.
Reflex.
It's a reflex save, right? Okay. All right. This is a bigger. It's bigger than Graced. It looks different somehow, more intelligent. As you spit, it moves with surprising alacrity. It pivots out of the way. Your spittle hits the ground, hits the wall.
I
behind
scream.
it. And it attacks.
Fire,
Claws
we
come
run
down.
over when we hear the scream. Or I do.
Do we
Your
hear,
armor class is.
Huh?
do we hear the scream?
14.
Is the question.
We should.
All right. Both claws hit. I need you to make 2
Oh.
fortitude saves against paralysis.
Oh.
Fortitude DC 13.
No, I swear I'm so tired of being paralyzed.
You've never been paralyzed in this campaign.
I know.
No!
Come on,
All right. Okay, you take
Well,
12 points. You feel
goodbye,
these
Ixon.
claws slash you, and you're noticing though as this happens. This is your perception check. You see there's a big iron key that dangles from a chain around his neck. As he attacks you, you hear a scream.
Can Ray attack?
Yeah.
Run.
Okay. All right.
Big run.
What? Can he attack?
Hang on. All right. So, all right. So you turn from the well.
Yeah.
You go
run,
rushing
Run
back.
towards the sound of the
Oh, we must save our mate!
All right. And all right. As you go, you come rushing through the door. You're in this order. So Solomon, you're kind of first, then followed by Cade, followed by Irda. Ray leaps off your shoulder. You see in the most incredible display of bravery he's ever shown. His teeth are bared. He leaps off your shoulder.
No, he has
pulls
bombs
off
now.
the boat. What?
He is a flash now too. Remember I made a mini
Oh, that's
flash?
right. Yeah, he
and
leaps
we'll-
off your shoulder.
and we'll
He
do
pulls
the
out
damage in half.
these 2 tiny flasks. He throws. All right.
All right, I'll roll the hit.
Go ahead.
So everything's cut in half, right?
Right.
That's what we agreed on. Okay, so
Go, Ray. Go, little buddy! Ah. Snap.
Okay. He throws it. It's very small, so it's very easy to miss. It's like it's not a lot of surface area. It sails just past the creature's ear.
Oh, we got goblins.
All right. So next round,
We roll initiative
you
now?
yeah, I need all of you to roll initiative. You don't need to roll again, obviously.
well, do I not get a saving throw every round?
No, you're paralyzed for
20.
3 rounds.
23.
17.
24.
All right. So as you pour through the door, the creature is already. You see it raking at Ixon again, and you see this monstrosity. Wait. Sorry, viewers. You see this monstrosity, and it's just carving bits at Ixon's on the ground. You see Ray is floating in midair, pulling flasks, and he's trying to hurl out of his robes. Both are hits.
On me?
Yes.
Why is he still attacking me?
What?
Because you're the one that it's like, it's not like intelligent. It's
Well, can I roll initiative for Ray?
no, I already have an initiative for Ray. I rolled that. So he goes after it. So it's attacking. He'll still get an attack. So you take 7 points from the first claw. Oh, you take 10 points from the second claw. Make 2 more fortitude saves. And then... Okay, those are against paralysis. Now I need you to make a fortitude save, DC 13 against disease.
Why is he still being hit and demolished?
Because this is
Because
it's
he's
a
on
rabid
the.
sort of
Yeah.
necrotic
But
creature.
aren't we
got
on him yet?
Made it?
Yeah.
All right. You're horrified. You're frozen. You feel some sort of pathogen, contamination hitting your blood. You concentrate to the best of your ability, and you fight it off. You feel it recedes, but your paralysis continues. All right. Cade,
Arr!
you rush through the door.
I use an
right?
initiative. I use
She had a
advantage.
24, so she's
And
first.
I use precise strike,
Okay.
which takes a panache. Come on, 20.
How many
20.
advantages do you have?
Ah, crap.
Are you marking off your
Yes,
advantages, by the way?
I have 2 left.
Okay.
R.
It's a hit.
It's a hit.
I saw it.
So I have double damage.
Okay.
D8.
Where's my D8? Is that it? No.
So,
It's the one that looks like a diamond.
here.
Where did it
Just
go?
use mine.
Oh, it's right there.
Oh, here it is. Arr, come on. Roll high.
Here, and here.
Oh, that's a good one. 14.
Plus strength damage.
3 plus 2.
5.
So it's 19 total?
Yes.
Okay. You see Cade, mighty blow, rips open the chest of the creature. Solomon.
I'm gonna. How far in the
Like 5-6 feet inside the door.
for the ghoul is?
Yeah, uh-huh.
Okay. I'm gonna like try and sprint in it with my shield and just.
You're feeling pretty good about that shield bash now.
I
aren't
am.
you? All right, go ahead and roll the hit.
Hope I don't mess this up.
Oh.
Well, 18.
Total of 18. That's a hit.
Oh,
Go ahead and roll
huzzah!
damage.
Let's go, my friend.
So I don't roll a 1 this time.
2 plus 3, 5.
It's a D.
A 1 plus, okay, 4.
Yeah.
Now roll your strength check.
Five.
Oh, hey, Jacob, thank you for the host.
Huzzah! Huzzah!
It's a good distraction.
Total of 9.
9, okay. So you hit it, boom, you kind of deflect off. You feel your shield, it's got a little point on it, it's like, rakes across it, opens it up, but does not knock it off balance. This creature is good and strong. You see Ray still floating, he pulls out another flask, he throws it, roll.
I knew I would start rolling bad.
Floats fast. Irna.
Okay, so what I'm going to do, can I get to Ixen?
Yes, absolutely you can.
Okay, I'm going to go to Ixen, and I'm actually going to take the healing potion off my hip, and uncork it and try to stick it in his mouth and give it to him.
Alright, so you kind of force, like this creature is like, it's knocked off balance just enough by Solomon's blow. You lean over, you try to force a potion down Ixen's throat. Go ahead and just for fun, make a dex check.
Okay. Dex. That's a 3.
A 3. As you're rushing forward, and my counter DC was a nat 20, the creature's leg kicks the potion.
Oh.
It falls on the ground and shatters. Next round, you actually have initiative, Cade.
Oh. Oh, I do. Arr. Let's go. Just using 1. Roll high. Dang it. 7 plus. Dang it, 12.
Total of 12. You swing, you miss. It hits the wall. The creature moves quickly, but you still have your attack, Solomon, before the creature.
I'll use my sword this time. And I'm gonna two-hand it and just.
All right, you got plenty of room in here.
Get him,
You
Solomon.
swing your blade.
13.
Ah.
You swing and miss. The creature.
We knew it was gonna happen.
It's quick, yeah, exactly. Whoever predicted that the dice rolls would turn on the players, they
Arr.
have.
I played
creature-
this
Use
game too
different
much.
dice.
Too
Use
long.
different
The
dice.
creature knocks your arm out of the way, and it is intent upon Ixen. It falls back upon him.
Can I use my intercept charge
What?
to get in the way?
Initiative.
No, I already have the
Am I
initiatives.
back?
You're stunned. You're still stunned.
Can I use my intercept charge to get in the way of him attacking Ixen?
That's a full round, isn't it? A full round attack.
It's
Okay, yeah. Tell me about that again.
So let me pull it
That
up first.
would defeat the point of intercept charge if that was the case.
As an immediate action, you can move up to your speed toward any square in the path of the charge. So if he's coming at Ixen,
Okay, so I like the use of that, but this is not a charge. He's
Okay.
already standing over Ixen.
Oh, okay.
And I kind of like what you're doing there, so I will be lenient with that in the future. It just doesn't apply in this situation.
Okay.
So
I thought he was coming back towards
Because he had
him.
the
kind
first
of.
one is a hit.
Oh no.
I need Ray to roll a 20 this round. 20.
These would be the critical tables that are being summoned here.
Oh no, no,
What?
You hear singing, "Kill the Ixen, kill the Ixen." Who's singing that? Lurkenstein? That's awfully cruel. All right.
Is it time to use Fate Chip?
Not necessarily. Okay. All right. It catches you right in the thigh. You feel it rips open the flesh on the inside of your thigh. It nicks part of the heavy artery on the inside of the thigh. You take from the first blow 10 points of damage, and you feel you're bleeding now profusely. The second blow. Oh yeah, I need you to make a DC 13 Fortitude save against disease.
Yeah.
You made it?
Yeah.
Okay. The second blow also hits. Golly, my dice are on fire. You take 6 points of damage from the second blow as it breaks down your chest, and I need you to make that same DC 13 Fortitude save.
Goofy.
Oh no, he did it.
All right.
Okay,
Okay.
minor Fate Chip. I'm going to. What can I do with that?
All right. So use a minor fate chip.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's the last one I have. So.
As the creature rakes,
Oh, you rolled a 20.
I know.
and then you roll a 20. Okay. As it rakes, it hits a special flask that you had stored away with healing properties. It bursts the flasks onto your wounds, and suddenly you feel healing surge go through your body. All of your wounds are healed,
Ooh.
and you do not accept the disease that you're about to receive. You see Ixen surges to life. Lost fate chip. Oh, hey, thank you,
Thank
Kelly.
you! We needed that.
All right, and we go to
Well played, Camel.
Irna. No, I'm sorry. No, it's Ray. Ray. Go ahead and roll the hit, Ray.
I'll leave.
You're still stunned, though.
Well, I just rolled a 20 with this one, so I'm not gonna use
Keep the
that.
20. Keep the 20. Oh.
12 plus. Okay, so our base attack bonus plus 6 plus 5 is 11. So 12 plus 6 is.
That's a hit.
This round.
Yes! Okay, so. It's 3. So 12 plus 5 is
take it. If you
17.
do it,
Cut in
I'll take
half.
it.
9 points of damage.
Okay, we'll round down 8.
8, yeah. Okay.
Tell me what it looks like.
Oh.
Ray removes a flask from his little pouch, and he just, this time he is very carefully measuring the throw, and he just goes like that, and it falls into his mouth as he's squirming and explodes, and his brains go everywhere.
Okay, so you see the little flask goes right down the creature's throat as it's snarling, and you see its head splatters everywhere. Ichor and I'm sorry, did I spit on you? I'm sorry. I told you it exploded everywhere. This is 5D here. Man, this is like being at theater.
I'll get the coronavirus next.
It explodes everywhere. Brains on the walls. And then there is just a stillness again in the room.
Well, that was intense.
Ixen, like, you come free from the paralysis.
Good job, little Ray.
Ray lands on your shoulders and kind of puffs his chest out.
Ray saved you, Ixen.
I pat Ray on the head.
You know, it's a good thing you screamed the way you did.
Like a girl.
That was Ray screaming, by the way.
I don't think Ray-
I told him
Ixen?
to scream that way, yes.
This is exactly the
You see
reason
Ray.
we don't want you wandering off
Hey.
by yourself.
Opening doors willy-nilly.
To be fair, Kay did leave Ixen.
And
No, but I'm talking about the misgiving.
You guys
That's-
left me, and then
Oh, Camel at least gave 100 disadvantage to the
Hey.
DM.
Hey.
Ooh.
Yay.
Yeah.
Huzzah.
Ixen, we didn't leave you. We went to the well before you went to the house. Therefore, you should have come with us to the well.
did
Hey.
you invite me?
I just said I was going. You could.
We are a party of one. We go together. We die together.
Actually,
we're part of
we're
four.
a party of 4.
No, we're a party of one. 4 bodies, 1 party.
So
That actually made sense.
yes, yes. I have to give it to you, Kay. That was
Every once in a while.
So, Ghoulie 1 is dead. Ghoulie 2 remains in the well.
Ghoulie 1 needs to be smashed with a
I
rock.
searched the remainder of the
Ghoulie
house.
2 needs to be shot with a rock.
All right, so
Right.
Actually, I searched the ghoul's body first.
all right, so
I
you,
come with Ixon as he searches the rest
you
of the house.
find on the ghoul, it's got that key, and you see it's a big
Oh yeah, I
iron
almost left the
key.
key. Oh my goodness.
It's a big iron key, and it's got a crest of what looks like a falcon on it. Roll d20 for me, and knowledge.
Oh, I'm gonna roll 20 on this. 13 plus knowledge of what?
Yeah. So you actually recognize this. You've seen this before. So actually, I hit my mic. Sorry about that, guys. You've seen this before. This is the foxglove herald, the family crest of the foxglove family. You noticed it was worn on Aldern's cloak when he was alive, or when you saw him.
Do I recognize that?
Well, you're not examining the key, so I take the key and
You put it.
You're all in the room.
I
You
just
all
take
see
the
him
key.
take a key
Yeah.
and stick it in his pocket.
Ixon,
I don't.
let's
I
all
didn't say.
examine
I
the
didn't
key.
say I stick it in my pocket. I just take it.
how far out of town are we?
Ixon.
About
what's
45 minutes.
Okay, so okay.
What's that in your hand, Ixon?
3 miles.
A key.
Well, what does it look like? Let me see it.
A key.
Let me see it.
Why should I let you see a key that
Because you're
is
my.
clearly meant for me?
You're my mate.
No, you left me, and you don't tell me any of your secrets, so I won't
I
tell
have
you
no
any of
secrets
mine.
to tell.
So I.
Shade, why are you so worried about a key?
Solomon, we need to see that key.
It's
a
obviously
key.
to the manor.
Well, what does it look like?
A
A
key.
But what's on it?
It's a key.
symbol that has. It's a key that has a symbol on it for the Foxglove Manor.
Well, thank you. That's all I wanted to know.
It's a key.
It's a key.
There's now just a still, there's sort of the creaking of
Well,
the fence.
I kind of give Cade the side eye like this, and then I pat Solomon on the shoulder and say, "Would you like to check the rest of the house with me, buddy?"
Yes.
Why don't we?
No, not you.
I go out.
You said there's a
There's a
house
barn.
and the barn
There's
behind.
a barn behind, yeah.
Okay.
Oh, we checked the rest of the house.
Okay, so roll. So you walk back.
Irda.
All right, so you're checking the house. What are you doing?
I'm checking the house with him.
Okay,
Making
you,
sure.
Irda?
I'm going to just kind of watch over everybody and make sure nothing bad happens again.
All right, Kate, what are you doing?
I follow them.
So you go. All right, so
I
they're
just
checking the
rolled a
house.
double one.
All right, so both of you, please roll perception check. Actually, do search or what's the word? Investigate. Investigate.
No, that's not a skill we have. It's just perception.
I keep switching between 5 and 3.5.
Yeah, we don't have
Do
an
perception
investigate.
then, yeah.
Okay.
16.
Okay.
Natural 20 plus. Why? Why die?
All right. So as you're searching around, you, Ixon, you find the bedroom. You see a woman. Looks like it was probably his wife. Her throat is ripped open. You do not see any symbolism on her. There's no symbol cut in her. She's just been slain. You don't see anything on her body, but as you're moving her to the side, you hear a creak of the floorboard, and you pull on a board that pops up easily, and you see another board next to it that pops up easily, and there's a coffer inside about this big.
I pull it out.
Oh, it's heavy. You hear him struggling. You look over, you see he's trying to pull. Yeah, he said he followed you.
I was with
Oh,
you.
okay.
I'm not
Yeah.
following.
No.
I already said I was following.
You're
guys-
following. I'm with him,
I mean, it's
but not like direct.
yeah, like you heard like.
And now I'm with you because he stopped to pick up some more.
All right, you guys are standing in the doorway. You see him trying to pull. It's too heavy.
Want some help?
I could help.
I guess. Are you in here with us?
No.
Well, I was watching
Oh, okay.
Aldo for everyone, so.
Well, you figure it out. I'm not doing the dirty work. I found it in the
Go
first
and.
Either is it?
I think Ida and I, and
Either
also
side of
Cade.
it and lift it together.
All right, it's quite heavy. You lift it up, slam it on the ground. Again, it's a good-sized coffer, small chest with a lock on the front.
I say, excuse me, and I remove my
Alright, pick
key,
that up.
and I...
The key is
Oh.
way too big for this chest.
Okay, never mind. I stick it back in, and I
Oh,
pull out a lockpick.
I take.
Hold on.
I mean, we could just break the lock.
Second, can this do
Let me
anything?
just try a lockpick.
Do you want to check that for traps, perhaps, before you?
Ah,
I
yes.
check it for trap.
That would be smart.
All right.
Good thinking, Ida.
You look for traps. You don't notice any traps.
I try to lockpick it.
Go ahead and roll.
Which die?
D20.
Well, I know, but which die
Oh.
should I
Since it's not a combat roll, I say the brown one.
Yeah, the brown one is legendary. 17.
Yep.
Yeah,
Just don't use it for combat.
It
So
always
17?
goes- No.
You feel it open.
Oh, thank God.
Good job.
I thought I lost my skill. And I look inside.
Okay, you pop it open. You see row upon row of small leather sack.
I pull out. Oh, I check for traps now.
You don't notice any traps.
Any traps on the sacks? Okay. I pull out one sack.
Okay, you pull out a sack. It's full
I
of
look
coins.
inside.
You see silver.
I'll pick out a sack.
La! Do not
You
touch.
see he
shit.
reaches over. He tells you stop. What do you do?
I will share.
He grabs
as-
it. He grabs a sack.
Nope.
He just said he did.
I pull the sack off and I say, I may share.
You're trying to snatch it from his hand?
No, as soon as he goes to grab it, I pull it down and I say, I will share, but this is what I found.
We lifted it out. We're literally right there. Like,
Who found the cupboard? With the loose boards.
He did find it. Let him.
I will
Okay.
shuffle through it.
he did find it, yes, but without us, would he have it?
Do you have to look at it? Can he just go
Yes,
through
I
it?
could drink a
Shall-
potion to make me have
shall-
extreme strength.
Shall we argue over this?
The feral mutagen. I could have wasted
Shall
that,
we
but
argue
instead,
over this?
just please put it down,
I
Solomon.
just wanted to look,
Just
can-
put it down.
and I put it down.
And
Thank
let's
you.
do this cordially. As
Fight,
friends.
fight, said C. Carson.
All right, I examine the bags individually.
All right, so as
I
you
tell
said,
them what's in it. but
each
I'm-
one of them has 100 pieces of silver, and there are 34 bags. So there's 3,400 pieces of silver in here, which clearly was this farmer's life savings.
Oh.
That's 8 bags apiece with.
No, that's 10
I'm
bags for
going to-
me, and
Whoa.
I don't think so, sir.
yes.
I'm going to, while they're arguing, I'm actually going to use my spell canning and cast Calm Emotions, and it's a radius effect, so to calm everybody down, so that we can have a nice normal conversation.
Is there a DC, unintentional DC, sort of a latent?
Let me see. So it's. Let me see.
I'm open to my emotions being calm. I've just
yeah,
almost
It's
died.
a will save of DC 15.
Okay, both of you make a will save, DC 16.
Well, I don't want to
15.
say.
Well,
but
no,
I
it's
want
like, it's like a sort of latent. It's just like
You're making us waste our 20s.
20. Oh my God.
you and the 20s on the what? What do you have?
I rolled like 9 times. You rolled a 22.
That one.
Oh, okay.
I'm really.
You feel just a sort of a sense of, you know what? What's the big deal? You feel calming. Solomon, you fall to the ground almost boneless. You just feel this sense of like, oh wow, this is so nice. And you just see Solomon sitting on the ground, relaxed.
Alright.
Well, he is very calm, so I say I quiet down.
Oh,
and
but
I
this
say,
is going on.
He should get less of the bag since you wanted to grab in the first place. So I take 10. I give
So we're all.
10.
That didn't calm me down to
I
share
get-
evenly.
I rolled a 20 on my save, so I'm probably even more angry right now.
Oh.
I give 10 to Cade. I give 10 to Irda, and I give 4 to Solomon.
So,
Huzzah.
C. Carson, I got to give a shout out here. Exceptional references get merited DM attention. You just made a Bill and Ted's, I believe, reference. Solomon, you feel like a totally righteous dude right now. So he is quite relaxed. You take 10 of those bags. That's 1,000 silver pieces. Okay.
I don't think can Solomon even move right now, or is he
Yeah,
just...
you're just feeling, but there's no need really. Why bother?
That's-
You know, just
You just felt all good.
you're very relaxed.
Thank you.
You're welcome. You have 400 extra silver because I found the cupboard. So
It's 400 more than I had before.
How much silver did I get?
1,000.
Higher! Huzzah!
That's cool.
Huzzah!
So you got 1,000. You took 1,000.
400.
400, and you got 1,000. Okay. All right.
So do not meddle with what I find. This is the moral of this fable. I say, and then
I trust you, Ixen.
get your hands off.
Famous last words. All right. So you have now searched the house completely. You know, the macabre scene, the slain family, their bodies. Only the man with this strange rune carved into his chest and the note pinned to his chest.
We didn't search... I'd go to search the barn, because we never said that we did that, so...
No, the barn's behind this.
Yeah,
I'm going with him just in case.
Yeah, I go with him too.
Are we all
I
going
am
together?
in the lead.
That's fine. I'm seriously concerned about people dying right now.
Yes.
Are you in a hurry to die?
Wouldn't you just like walk like really like just
Oh, yeah,
How
you're
long
supposed
does
to
this
be
last?
chill.
Yeah.
Hold on, let me see. It is a... So, 1 round per level. I'm level 6, so that's 6 rounds, which is equivalent to 6, so 36 minutes? No, 36 seconds.
Oh, so I'm good now.
yeah.
Okay.
All right.
It was just...
So you approach the barn. Again, there's sort of it's now sort of getting to late morning, almost noon. There's a wind that wafts. You hear floorboards creaking, and the barn doors are open. But it's dark inside.
Dancing lights.
Okay. You cast your dancing lights. They kind of move off into the barn. And from this distance, you can see its shadows. There's a second level. There's hay all over the floor. You can see what look like bodies on the ground.
So many bodies.
Slowly, I slowly and carefully walk up towards the bodies.
Do not adjust your screen at home. This is the actual dimness as they walk into the barn. You step in the barn, the dancing lights reveal a macabre scene. You see several bodies on the ground, rib cages ripped open. You see some are hanging from what look like hooks on the walls. Flies buzzing everywhere. The stench is infernal.
Can I use my perception to see if there's any more ghouls or anything in this space?
Yeah, we'll go ahead and roll d20.
How many bodies?
All right,
Can I,
so...
So 19?
Okay, so you
just from like what? What we're looking
So
at.
just trying to figure out where everybody's at. So you've walked in. You're kind of looking around, looking for bodies. What have you guys done?
Looking around.
Okay, so you've walked in. You're looking around. What are you doing? All right, so you're all in. You're looking around. You smell this again. The scent of hay, sweet chlorine with this putrid, necrotic scent. And as you're looking around, roll d20. Perception check, please.
I did.
Oh, what was it again?
It was 19.
19. Something catches your eye from behind you.
And I turn.
You turn. You see.
Do I see?
It slams the door,
Initiative?
and then you hear.
Initiative.
And over here you hear.
Oh no!
Over here, and you hear. And there are half a dozen of these creatures that come ambling out from beneath the sides of the hay and the walls of the barn and the poles. Initiative.
I use wings.
And we'll stop right there for tonight.
So So should we go ahead and roll initiative for next time?
We'll save it for next
Okay.
time. What are you doing that before? All right. Hey, thank you for being with us today. What a fun session. So, we always have to do our stream MVP. That's right, and next week. So, we're going to go around the room real quickly here. And first of all, before we do our stream MVP, I want to just double check again. Anybody that was watching, Lurkenstein, C. Carson, you guys were on the whole time. Camelise, you were on. Shane O'Mac was big. He was on, had to leave. I don't know if we still have High Piece of Toast. But anybody that's on the chat today, tell us how the audio sounded. Did it stay consistently good? Were there anyone's mics that were too hot or too quiet? Were the ambient sounds too loud, too quiet? Just tell us what you felt about our, because we're using these brand new fancy mixer things here with multiple mics. All right, good here for Lurkenstein. We'll wait for C. Carson. Sound was great all around. Right? When you say great all around, was there anything, C. Carson, that you thought was subpar at any point? Like, I'm looking for criticism here so I can continue to get better. Oh, hey!
Welcome back!
Hey!
Thank you so much for
Just
sneaking
in time.
in.
Votes
You
for
are the
Cade!
best. And we're going to do votes now. I'm waiting for any other audio feedback. And we're going to go, if your vote is for Irda, she's number 1. If your vote for Stream MVP is Solomon, he's the winner last week. He's number 2. Ixon, quite an interesting day for him. He's number 3. And then
Arr!
Cade, he's number 4.
Captain Cade Cardinal, vote for votes.
Ixon's girly stream was tough loud, laugh out loud.
Hey!
Oh, Camelise 4 because of the first mate. Just a touch loud. Okay, that's actually probably good. And Ixon, I've got his mic all the way up. So he's a tougher one because he really has range changes that he does. So I could probably turn that mic down just a bit, but I like catching his lower bar. So we have a vote for Cade. They're holding their votes up, so vote for your stream MVP. This could be based on combat prowess, could be based on role play, anything you thought was fun today. You pick your stream MVP. Irda is 1, Solomon is 2, Ixon is 3, Cade is 4.
Arr! Vote for Cade!
And we're going to wait just a moment here before we raid someone.
A vote for Solomon is a vote for democracy.
Dang, MVP is hard
A
today.
vote for Cade is a vote for
Lurkenstein.
fun!
Oh, Lurkenstein with the vote.
Thank you.
He gives it to Ixon.
Technically, that's Ray.
Loves the flask in the mouth from Ray, which was a clever telling. Even though that was Ray's hit, it was still your role and your role play. So we got a tie here. We need you to get off the fence, C. Carson. Shane O'Mac. Ethan Evie with a 1. We got a 3-way tie. So we need Shane O'Mac, C. Carson. We need you guys to weigh in.
Captain Cade Cardinal!
On who is your winner. We got
Fire,
one
liar,
vote
pants
for.
on fire.
We got everybody but Solomon has a vote right now. Sorry, Solomon. You were stream MVP last week, though. You don't want to hog all the glory. But I thought you were really good
Yeah,
today,
I
by the
do.
way.
Thank you.
Any other votes to break this 3-way tie? We're gonna wait 10 seconds. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5,
It's too ominous.
4.
4, vote
3.
for
Vote
4!
Oh, and another one for Cade for the Ixon for the
Ixon.
sneaky.
Oh!
And with that, we are going to close it off. Our stream MVP today is Ixon. Well done, sir. Congratulations. And we appreciate all of our followers. And thank you. Big shout out to everyone that helped us today. You guys are the best. Keep following Blue Box. More good stuff is coming. Riven Realm launches later this year. I won't be doing a world building session tomorrow. I'll be out of town. But we'll be back with our regular streams next weekend. We appreciate everybody. All have a good night. And if you haven't followed us yet and you're watching and you like the content, you have to do what? Are you guys still looking for a vote? No, I can't. She's already voted.
Yeah, no.
There you go. Oh, I thought you were holding up again. Like,
No.
okay, all right.
No.
So if you haven't followed us yet, we got one question for you.
What are you doing?
Everybody have a great
Are you the lovers? Follow